Oh, great exalted Grotus. We brought the princess as you ordered, sir. Well, 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 my pet.
Isn't it time you told us where the map is?
Hi. So this is Grotus, the villain of the game. Now, there's a trend in the Mario RPGs to make villains who are not Bowser. And this is part of the reason I kept emphasizing my point about Bowser back in Paper Mario 1, and arguably in Super Mario RPG as well. That for all the crap he doesn't even come close to the same category, or the same tier, if you will, of evil as the actual, horrible people do. Point in fact, on my own particular type, villains type list, most of the Mario RPG villains tend to be Type 4 villains, aka unrepentantly, monstrously evil, which I find interesting. Grotus is one of those. Now, we actually don't have a lot of backstory for Grotus, per se. We have some inferences based on how he reacts and what he does, his skill set, but all of that's pretty vague. So I'd like to share with you my own personal headcanon for Grotus. You'll notice he's partially cybernetic, and in fact he's really big on technology in general, and he has a huge ego, which is pretty typical for a mad scientist type character. He also tends to behave as a mad scientist himself, and in fact, even though he comes across as a mage, the fact of the matter is he's actually more of a tool user than anything else. So, in short, I've always assumed that he was effectively a technomancer, that he's like Iron Man, except, you know what I mean. Now, I've also always assumed that in his ego, he presumed that his cybernetic augments were perfect. There's nothing wrong with them, and they would work perfectly. So he used them on himself, and they didn't quite work right. Which leads to him basically having, there's actually a proper term for this, but it's when a cybernetic augmentation doesn't properly gel with the biological matter it's connecting to. This is actually a problem in real-life cybernetics. But this is a common problem in sci-fi as well. In short, the connection isn't good, so it needs constant maintenance and causes him constant pain. In short, I like to think that Grotus is someone who augmented himself, but did so badly, and because of his ego, he can't really bring himself to do anything about it, so he is in a, not huge amount, but just a constant little background amount of pain all the time. And that just fuels his anger. And if you pay attention to his dialogue, he is a very rage-filled character throughout most of this game. So that's my headcanon backstory for Grotus. And I was using that when I was actually voicing him during the theater. Trying to get across just that constant, like, as if someone's just got an electric jolt running through his back for everything he says. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to do that again because the voice I used for Grotus for the theater destroyed my throat. But, Princess Peach, you will speak when spoken to. I'm telling you, I don't know. There's no point in trying to hide it, silly girl. We know you had it. We know this. Trust me, it's very much in your interest to be absolutely honest with us. We X-Nauts are not all rainbows and lollipops, I assure you. We're quite nasty. Grotus, sir, I have news. Report at once. You know the crystal star we thought maybe Hooktail had? Well, somebody nabbed it.
What? What did you say? Someone else is after the crystal stars? When he defeated that Hooktail, could you say, "Speak, soldier"?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. There's more, too. See, according to the report, it was a mustached dude in a red hat and blue overalls who pulled the job. Mario.
Excuse me? Mario? I see. So you know of this Mario, do you? This fool matters not at all. I'll know all about him before long, I promise you that. I grow bored of talking. Take Princess Peach back to the holding room.
Yes, sir.
And men, take good care of Princess Peach. Understand? She is not to be harmed.
You got it, sir.
Well, Lord Crump, if this Mario character has the map, then it's highly likely he'll find the crystal star we're hunting in the Bogley Woods. You must return there and immediately hasten to destroy Huthor as quickly as possible. Yeah, Roger, Grotus. And with that pow, I'm gone. I wonder if sending Lord Crump there alone is wise.
He is a bit out there.
X-Not, I summon you.
You rang, dude? I mean, sir? You rang, Sir Grotus, dude? Grotus, Sir Grotus, sir?
Shut up. Go get the Shadow Sirens over here.
There's a Shadow Siren, sir, but they...
I don't care how you plan to end that sentence, fool. Go get them now.
Gotcha. The Honorable Grotus has need of us. Then we arrive without delay. Oh, I like Lord Crump. It's a shame he dies horribly, and then he doesn't. Pray tell, did the princess tell you where the map is?
Still your tongue, Beldam. I would have already had it if you'd snatched it earlier. But now, since you missed your chance, some poor fool named Mario has the map.
It wasn't my fault, truly. There were too many prying eyes there, too many. Besides, a strange old man showed up at the moment of truth, and we had to retreat. Why worry? All we need to do now is find this Mario and steal the map, yes?
Indeed. That is your duty, must I remind you. The map is vital to the X-Naut plan. I will have my men prepare all available information on this Mario. For now, hear me, Beldam. You Shadow Sirens must take care of this troublemaker.
Oh yeah, so a couple things. The 3 Shadow Sirens are of the Shadow species, which I believe was added to continuity with this game, and will be stretched out a little bit in the future. Can you guess which one of the shadows uses ice magic, which one uses lightning, and which one uses fire? Furthermore, they also combine to form the usual triad of gameplay, that is to say, the melee, the mage, and the thief. Vivian, the one in red, is the thief, whereas Beldam, the one in blue, is the mage, and I can't remember her name, in yellow, she has no lines of dialogue, is the brawler. Just funny little tidbits there. Marilyn, that's her name, Marilyn. But anyways, that makes sense, Huthor. Thank you for letting me know. Oh yes, just to get this out there, Vivian was transgender in the original translation. Still preferred to be called she, so I will continue to call her a she. Oh dear, here we go again. I can't believe I'm kidnapped again. Mario and Toads were supposed to be worried sick. Again. But hang on a moment. Where in the world am I, anyways? It's so unfamiliar. I wish I could at least let Mario and Toadsworth know that I've been caught. Princess Peach sections are awesome. So this is about as sexually risque as this game ever gets. She's about to take a shower. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and admit something here. People have reverse engineered the hell out of this game, like you do. That's how we know some of the stuff is behind the scenes and some of the stuff is not. I only point this out because Peach is about to take a shower. People have managed to bug out the game in order to verify that, no, she's fully clothed there. Because of course she is. Why would they make a nude sprite for Peach? I'm actually lying, by the way. There's one other moment at which Peach will take her clothes off later on. Because, whatever. I don't know. How refreshing. I feel like a new princess with a new hairstyle, too. I know, right, Permeus? Like, why would the developers even make a nude sprite for her, honestly? What's the point of making a sprite that's never going to be seen? Unless you literally glitch out the game. So I'm going to admit something. I actually really like this character, even though he is cliché central. He really is cliché central. He learns about love through his interactions with a woman who he chooses to care about, and he slowly grows and basically has droid effect happen upon him, so he develops into a fully sentient sapient being, and he survives at the last second and gives his life for the heroes, and just all sorts of stuff like that, right? So anyways, hello, Princess Peach. Okay, I have to mention something really quick here. Obviously, at this point in time, I was doing pretty much all the voices for the theater. Later on, I would get far more other people involved, and it turned into the Lore Walker Theater instead of the Lorerunner Theater, which was awesome. But initially, I was doing everyone, so a lot of the initial characters I just kept voicing. Some of these didn't work out well. Peach, you know, I voiced Cammy for a bit. I voiced Goombella. Some of them I think worked out well. I think I do a decent Bowser. I'm told I do a decent Lord Crump, and I've gotten a lot of praise for doing Grotus. But the one voice I have been praised most for in the theater was actually my voice for Tech. So I'm going to try to replicate it here, because I had a whole technique for doing this, which didn't involve modulation. It was all just me doing it, so... Hello, Princess Peach. Huh? What? Who said that? What are you? How amusing. I am right here before your eyes. I am the laboratory's main computer. I am called Tech XX. Many call me Tech. You may. Sir Grotus created me to be a perfect computer. One that is flawless in its reason. Now, I'm not going to do that voice the whole time, but that was the general gist of how I was doing the Tech voice. Grotus? Wait, he's the awful dome-headed thing who interrogated me, right? Oh yeah, by the way, he was a toad. I should mention that Grotus was. Sir Grotus is not awful. He is a great person. He is marvelous. Well, I don't think so. But I doubt I'll change your mind, so I'm wondering, why did you lead me here? Hang on a second. Jesus Christ, really? That's what I thought. Hey guys, CBS just blocked my Lore Week because we did the Picard trailer thing. Possibly Venters? You'll notice I actually went out of my way to pause it regularly and talk over it, just to try and give me the extra added oomph of saying that, no, really, this is me talking over it. You know, this is how this works, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go and give me a second. I just want to get my contest in on that right now. Because, yeah. This is fair use. Yes, this is fair use. I feel like I've done this a lot. It's probably because I have. See, the funny thing is, I expected them to copy-wrong it. But I didn't expect them to block it. That's actually pretty rare for me. That's the worst thing they can do to me, is straight up block a video worldwide. I hate that crap. So there, I have disputed it. They have a month to respond. We'll see what happens. If they fight it and contest it, then that lore week's just gone. Because I'm not pushing that to the second step. An unusual program deviation occurred when I observed you earlier. Oh, I've never gotten a strike hazardous, and I never will. I mean, I'm sorry, that sounds so arrogant. I shouldn't say that. I'm not worried about getting a strike. But you're right, a strike would be worse. This is the second worst thing, and the worst thing that's ever actually happened to me. My higher brain circuitry malfunctioned and nearly overheated at your image. Really? Also, an unidentified impulse sped through my processors. These events are new to me. There is more to this phenomenon as well. I ran diagnostic programs, and their solution was, I want to know more about you. I want to observe you. Such a compulsion has no precedence, cause unknown. I, the perfect computer, must diagnose this unusual situation. I will not fail. That is why I led you here. Wait, did you just say you want to observe me, to know more about me? And of course, she jumps immediately to the Star Trek thing. It's impossible. You're a computer. What has happened to me? If you know of my malfunction, you must tell me of it. Oh, I couldn't, really, because, it's just too weird. Hang on 1 second, sorry. Okay, that's just the dispute being submitted. I was about to piss. God. Is it possible that you're in love with me? God, that's dumb. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Wait, you don't know what love is? Love is... How do I explain? Love is tells you when you want to be with a person. So this is actually amusing to me. I don't know if this is a translation issue or not, but obviously they jump immediately to the romantic. Note she specifically says, in love with, which in English always refers to romantic love. Now, I point that out. That is, of course, her assumption. And yet everything we see actually indicates a non-romantic connection. That he does, in fact, care about her, but in a way that you would a good friend or a family member. Not as someone you want to, you know, take behind the warp pipe, you know what I mean? And I only point that out because I've always wondered if that initial bit was either a translation issue or just Peach jumping to conclusions, because she's probably very accustomed to people, you know, claiming to be in love with her. Anyways, it makes you feel happy just to see that person happy, smiling, having fun. When you love someone, you'll do anything to help when he or she is in trouble. Happiness. Fun. I have definitions for these words, but... Yes, we're doing a Fortnite lore run right now. This is actually Fortnite. My programming is insufficient. There should be nothing I cannot comprehend. I am a perfect computer. Comprehend? Love's not something you comprehend, Tech. You feel it. ... Actually, I hate to disagree with you and correct you, Alex, but that's not true. In fact, we saw when this began, because early on we see him observing her as the lead-up to the cutscene between her and Grotus. You know, when the cameras kept switching, that was him watching her being taken up to Grotus's room. And when she came on the screen is when the little electric thing flashed across the screen. So no, he actually had that reaction the first time he saw her. Sorry. Princess Peach, will you teach me to feel this thing you call love? Because apparently this is an episode of the original series. What? You're a computer. Why would you care about love? I am perfect. There must be nothing I cannot comprehend. Nothing. That is why you must help me understand this thing called love. Please. If you have any wishes that I can grant you in exchange, I will grant them. But of course I am unable to grant such a wish as letting you escape. What are you, insane? You extra kidnapped me like common Koopas. And now you call me in here and ask me to teach you the meaning of love? I should spit on your screen. You'll grant my wishes. Ah! Why should I believe you? I understand you are angry. That emotion I comprehend. You need not teach me now. But I must learn of this thing. I must be the perfect computer. That is why if you would just consider... Scottish warrior. Scottish warrior will grant your wishes. Do you understand me, Scottish warrior? Now tell me your wish. Are you sure? Okay, I want to contact someone. Of course, you may use the communicator because technology exists as of this point in history. So they have emails and phones and all that sort of stuff that, probably existed in the last game, but weren't really commonplace when the N64 came out, so, Shrug. Whoops. Whoops, that's not a capital W. Dang it, hang on. Gotta get the name accurate. There we go. Thank you very much, Scottish Warrior. Much obliged to the sub, as always. And I have put that down towards Mario Odyssey. She is the fastest typer in the universe, by the way. Did you see that? That was about a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds of typing. Like, I'm a fast typer, boo. Ooh. I just want to show you. We will actually see what she typed in those 2 seconds. I'll also admit that tech kind of grows on me as a character. Well, that was neat, but only if we had something even better than a Princess Peach section. But how can such a thing even be possible? Bowser, the mighty Koopa King has arrived. Hold your applause, minions. But now that I'm here, Cammy, you crusty old hag. Why did you summon me? The Great Lord Bowser, the crusty hag Cammy Koopa will arrive momentarily. Yeah, so they took the Princess Peach concept and decided to make you play as Bowser each chapter as well. This might technically be the greatest thing ever invented in the history of gaming. Okay, I'm exaggerating slightly. But I will admit, this made me grin so hard when I first saw this. Oh, man, I'm attractive. Every time I look at this, I'm overwhelmed by its coolness. When I take over the world, I'm gonna stick these statues all over the place, yeah! So the other day I saw Lord Bowser gazing longingly at a photo of Princess Peach. You may want to put a cork in it, man. Whew, I tell you, the look on his face when he was mooning over that thing. Huh? Yeah! Oh, Lord Bowser. Well, I'm dying to hear the rest of your hilarious story, Mr. Comedian. Do share. I'm not funny, sir. He's not funny, sir. That's right. Lord Bowser, I have been training day and night to help you conquer the world. Should the time come, I shall be ready. Order me as you please, your surliness. Super! In that case, I urge you to do some sit-ups, Tubby. Oops. He's a Koopa, Dimensionless. He's just the Koopa. Actually, funny thing, in some of the original documents for the original Mario, he was just called Koopa. Capital K. Later on, they called him the Koopa, or the Koopa King, and then they added Bowser as the title, and it wasn't until Mario 3 that Bowser became the codified name for him. Boy, do I even have a less handsome side? And when you look at it, this is perfect. When this world is mine, these statues are going to be mandatory in all households. Wow, what a profile. Although, this thing could use a good dusting. Huh? Looks like this eye is a little loose. Incredible! The statue's eye is a jewel! I got the Bowser jewel! Just kidding. Basically correct, Materia Keeper. Here's Cammy, who is even more awesome than in last game. Ah, Lord Bowser. She gets winded just coming to the end of the hall. I've just now returned. Terribly sorry to keep you waiting, my lord.
I bet you are. Now out with it. Why have you called me here?
Please, your grumpiness, don't be so impatient with your poor servant. Ahem. It's my displeasure to report that Mario, that scum, is off to a town called Rogueport.
Am I Mario's babysitter? I don't care what he's doing. Are you going to call me every time that guy blows his nose, or what? Sheesh.
Yes, well, you see, my lord, apparently Mario's hunting for an amazing treasure.
Treasure?
Yes, Mario has gone in search of star-shaped jewels known as the Crystal Stars. I'm researching just what they are, but there's no question of their high value.
The Crystal Stars, you say? They sound like good world-conquering tools. I want them. Yes, very good. Continue researching this for me, you brainy hag, you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Leave it to me. By the way, Lord Bowser, do you like fried eggs?
What about you guys? Do you like fried eggs?
I know, Alex. It makes so much sense, too. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. I like fried eggs.
Do I? I love fried eggs. Love them. But what a weird question. Why do you ask?
Well, during my Mario recon, I stopped at a lovely place called Petal Meadows. I was planning on taking everyone there for a picnic, having some eggs and toast. Of course, I wouldn't think of sending out invites without asking you first, Lord Bowser.
Dearhead! A picnic, you moron. This is no time for fun. See, this is why my evil plans always derail, because you clods always goof off. Grrg.
Oh dear, Lord Bowser, please calm down. Remember your blood pressure. Lord Bowser, terrible news. Some bold fool abducted Princess Peach in Rogueport.
What? Tell me you're lying, Cammy. How? When? Where? Who'd do such a thing, besides me?
I'm afraid we don't have that information yet. The investigation's ongoing. One thing is most certainly confirmed, however. The princess has been kidnapped.
Under no circumstances is anyone allowed to kidnap her without my say-so. I will not stand for this. I'm going to Rogueport. Now! I've got to kidnap her back.
You know, you could just go through the door. So yeah, Bowser is going to be playable, and so will Peach. And Bowser's going to be basically 2 steps behind everyone the entire game. Now, that's not just done for comedic effect, though, because it'll also help tie into the main plot at several significant points. And, believe it or not, it'll actually be a part of level design, too. You'll see what I mean later. Also, why would you boil eggs in oil? That's awful. Ugh.
Coops, my lad, you tell me you're going with Mario?
That's right, Dad. I'm gonna continue traveling with Mario. That's what I just said. God, pay attention, Dad. You never listen to me. God! I hate you! You're not even my real father! Coops, my sweet. I'll be waiting for you to bruise yourself.
May I just add, if anything happens, you can always come home, Coops. Don't you ever forget that. This village will always be your home.
Okay, thanks, everyone. I'm off! Sorry to keep you waiting. You know, farewells. Let's head back to Rogueport. Remember, Mario, you gotta have the map and the door and do the stuff.
Okay, let's go do the map thing.
I could see that Subacom, yeah. Real quick, we're gonna grab this badge while we're here. We've actually gotten 2 partner badges before. The only downside of partner badges is they take up the same badge points as main badges. However, that makes sense given the fact that you can, like I said earlier, do basically a partner build. And it's pretty powerful. Hey, I gotta say, all I do is play my GameCube. Best system ever, am I right? Yeah, I think so too. Anyways, I saved up for a new game, the sequel to Paper Mario. I just got started, but it's a blast so far. Try it for yourself and see. Yeah, I actually agree, Shihali. If Bowser was actually ahead of the curve, he'd probably just be wrecking face. Of course he would use this as a ringtone. So you remember that 2 seconds that Peach spent typing? Well, she typed, "My dearest Mario, I send this letter in the hope, 10, that it reaches you safely." That's 15. "I am being held against my will in some strange place." We're up to 21. "Though I do not know where I am, I remain unharmed and in relative comfort. Those who have captured me seem to be after the map I sent you to earlier. They may be hoping to use it to find objects they call the crystal stars." We're up to 60. "I do not know what they are planning, but I have a feeling it is not anything positive. Mario, please, 70, collect these crystal stars before they do. You must. They, 80, are already aware that you have the map, so please, 90, be very careful. And please don't worry about me. Princess Peach." So that's 101 words in 2 seconds. So that's what, 606, I guess, words per minute? No, 303, sorry, 303 words per minute. That is really, really fast! You got an email from Princess. That's so cool. So anyway, she's unhurt. That's good, at least. But I didn't like the sound of those kidnappers looking for the crystal stars as well. It'll be fine. It's just kidnappers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure her keyboard, or excuse me, Tech's keyboard, is now in tatters. Tech is like, "Oh God, I'm never gonna get those dents out now." Yeah, I would agree with that, Shihali. As I mentioned during the run, even though I was cheating by the time I did it, there are several legitimate methods to have AoE by the time you get to there. Which is good, because you need AoE by that point in the game. Damn it. I can make that jump sometimes, but not always. Now, the worst part... There we go, okay. Let's say the worst part is the death cycle is so long that sometimes you don't actually get a chance to make it the second time. So then you gotta wait for the third rotation to go through. Ugh. So now we can go through here. I'm going to go and do this once, just to show it off, basically. Hello, I'm Merly. Underground, cute as can be, fortune teller, that is me. Lucky for you coming here, I have tell fortunes, have no fear. Let my mystic power tell of days to come, more as well. For luck sits on my spells. What do you say, Mr. Guy? Do you want to give it a try? Really, Alex? Guys, we have to kill Alex. I'm sorry, Alex. Okay, so we'll go with the special path. So, these are usually kind of crap, but if you get them right before a particularly difficult dungeon, this is amazing. So, here's my first pro tip for this game. If you're ever actually really having difficulty, go get a buff from her. Now, the way that works is randomly, as long as you have the buff up, which lasts for, I forget how many use. Basically, the more expensive one you get, the longer it lasts. But every time you have a battle with that buff up, it has a random chance to proc, and it's always good. It's always very good stuff that helps you out. Sometimes it'll double the experience you get, or the money you get. Sometimes it'll make items super cheap, or it'll increase your power, or whatever, basically. It can be all sorts of stuff. By the way, you'll notice how we now get shortcuts through areas based on the abilities we gain. That's kind of the level design I kind of mentioned earlier, and the good presentation thereof. In fact, we can go in here now, but we shouldn't because we're not ready for that just yet. Okay, so the X-Nauts are never explained per se. We do know a few tidbits based on... Whoops, that's not what I meant to hit. That's not either. There we go. We do know a few tidbits based on design documents, inferences within the Japanese text, etc. The general idea is that the X-Nauts are a gang, not a species. And each one of them has been put together, well, each one of them has been augmented in some way. And the ones that are, higher ranks are the ones with the greater augmentations. This is part of where my whole headcanon idea about Grotus came to mind. The idea that each of the X-Nauts is cybernetically enhanced to some extent or another. And thus, the ones that are doing particularly well are the ones that are more enhanced. Like the elites that we find out later. I swore there was a... Hey, Shinizaga. Yeah, you might notice, given the fact that we're only at Chapter 2, and how many pluses are on the screen, that, yeah, no, I like this game quite a lot. Alright, Alex, I'll spare your miserable little life if you beat this game someday. Although, funnily enough, the story, well, let me say that more accurately, the ending is almost assuredly going to be a negative to story for me. It's one of the only negatives to story I can think of in this game, other than the one I've already given. Ones I've already given. And I can think of at least one more gameplay negative I want to give later. Speaking of gameplay negatives, Chapter 2. Now, I adore this game. But unlike the first game, there is one chapter I dread every time I come to it, and it's Chapter 2. I don't like the music of Chapter 2. I don't like the... I really don't like the second music of Chapter 2. I don't like the character we get in Chapter 2. I guess that's not fair. I like Flurry well enough. I don't know. We'll decide when we go through it. But every time I go through this, I'm like, ugh, Chapter 2. So we'll see what we think of it this time around, shall we? Yes, crystal clear. The second crystal star is in the Bogley Woods inside a great tree there. About those woods, I think some odd creatures live there. If memory serves, there's a pipe beneath the town that leads to those woods. You should probably know, it's about Princess Peach. She's an EML, she's been captured, they're looking for the crystal stars. There's too many unknowns, we have to rely on the map, so we'll go to the crystal stars in the Bogley Woods next, and then we'll find out who the X-Nauts are and what they're after. Hey, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Come on, you really need me to ask that? Give me a break. That's your brother, Luigi. But I wonder why he's here. I'm sure he'll tell you if you ask him. Now I'm going to go ahead and admit something. Luigi's adventure might actually qualify as a positive to story for me by itself. Because they actually went way out of their way to do an entire sub-adventure for Luigi that we never see, but we see the effects of, and we talk to Luigi about it, we talk to his companions about it, and he even makes a book about it, which we can then buy while we're going through the main game. Hey, big brother. Right, sorry, no accent, no accent. Matsy, fancy meeting you here. What a coinky-dink. Eh, who, me? Well, bro, I'm on an adventure. I have to rescue Princess Eclair of the Waffle Kingdom. Yeah, it's a bad scene, alright. She's been kidnapped by the evil Chestnut King, who, by the way, we know this from the Japanese version, is actually a Goomba. So just keep that in mind. If you gotta know, I met with some Waffle King cabinet members the other day. It was pretty crazy, bro. You wanna hear what happened? You are damned right I do. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here goes. My big brother, that's you, bro, got a letter from Princess Peach and took off. Left behind as usual, I was cooking a snack at home when another letter arrived. We don't get so much mail, so I was thinking, huh? This is what the letter said. Sirs, my name is Crepe. I am a cabinet minister in the far-off Waffle Kingdom. Our land has been attacked by the Chestnut King, who took our Princess Eclair. I ask, nay, beg for your assistance. Actually, I think maybe it was Crepe who was the Goomba. Anyways, one of them is a Goomba. I ask, nay, beg for your assistance. The Waffle Kingdom needs your skills. I humbly request your prompt response, sirs. Sincerely, Crepe. Well, I don't remember it exactly, but I think it went something like that. With Mario, that's you, bro, gone, it fell to me to answer this plea. Hesitating only a teensy bit, I headed off to the Waffle Kingdom to investigate. Oh, no, first I wrote a note to myself about what I was cooking. Then I left. Once I reached the Waffle Kingdom, I met Minister Crepe, who filled me in. The Chestnut King had kidnapped Princess Eclair and vanished. Apparently, though, some oracle said a marvelous compass could locate her. This marvelous compass had been broken into 7 parts by an ancient curse. And those parts had been scattered across the land. Can you believe it, bro? Each part of the marvelous compass was said to point to the next. And since one of the parts was embedded in the tiara worn by the princess, I surmised once I collected all the parts, I'd find her. Smart, huh? The minister gave me the compass base, spoken of in Waffler fables, and when it activated, the entire thing lit right up, indicating the deep south. It was pointing me towards Rumblebump Volcano on the Pudding Continent. So yeah, here I am. I'm sailing out of Rogueport for Rumblebump Volcano. It's probably going to be pretty dangerous, but gotta rescue that princess. I just want to pencil this in right now. Seriously. They've already written the whole game. I don't even care that I already know how it ends. Just give me the story. So there's a potential story positive for Luigi's adventures. Feel free to argue me down. Hi, Baron. So we're going to go ahead and power up Goombella here really quick. Shazubi. Shazubi. And we become one with the cosmos. We're walking, we're walking. And we're good. By the way, powering them also increases... Yes, Alex, he does. One of them doesn't hate him, though. Anyways, powering them up also increases their HP, in addition to their damage, in some cases their defense, and also gives them a new ability. So, you know, that's all awesome. Each time we come back to the hub town, this is one of the reasons I don't mind the hub town in this game. There's actually a lot to do each time you come back here. And the amount to do increases each time you come back here. We're going to do a little shopping right now since we're still not cheating. So first we're going to go and buy those lenses. It's only 10 gold, so... Oh yes, I actually forgot about this. So they added the points system. The point system is basic. I don't think it deserves a plus. But I like the point system. This is the point system. When you buy 10 items... So basically you buy stuff, you get points. At every so often in set points, you get an item for free. That's it. It's just a reward program. But given the game's extra emphasis on items, it does actually encourage you to go and buy items in some cases. Because you can get some legitimately good stuff here, and it's also one of the easiest ways to get a hold of certain things like the gold bar, for instance. Yeah, I might be cooking spaghetti tonight, too. I haven't decided yet. Anyways. Hooktail of Petal Meadows defeated by brave hero. Must have been a tough guy. tonight. Actually, no. I'm not having spaghetti tonight. I'm having vegetables tonight. While looking for badges in Hooktail's castle, I ran into a spiffy mustached fellow. The heart-stealing thief. And she's stolen my heart. Hey, where's my wallet? So this guy sells random stuff. Oh, and of course he's already selling the W emblem. Hang on. So he rotates his stock pretty regularly. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a pro tip, and I mean this one sincerely. If you need more gold in this game, sell badges. Badges are by far the largest source of money you're going to get in this game. Let's see. You can also buy badges, which is also useful. Speaking of which, we're going to go and buy that badge. Depends on the meatloaf, Baron, but I do like some meatloaves. Alright, so we're going to get rid of that. I actually don't know the specific trigger, unfortunately, by Washington. So usually the way I do this is I think about what kind of, build I want to do in advance, and then I go ahead and just sell any badge that isn't that, or that I know I'm not going to need later on. Like, that's going to be useful for a while, and so is that. But I can stand to lose that. I really want that badge. But I'm not going to be able to get it. I could do 75. So that's going to be 100. That's going to be 200. I'm still going to be 74 coins short. So if I sold my Happy Heart and my HP Plus, I can buy it. But that's not worth it at that point. In fact, I kind of want to get that Happy Flower, honestly. Especially since my MP is so low at this point. Ugh, that's so lame. Fine. So I should explain myself. Give me just a second. That is the W emblem. It costs 360 gold. This is the only source of it. You can only get it from him. And it's purely cosmetic. It does nothing for you. It's also one of my highest priority badges. I must get it. I must get it. Whoops. I'm going to go grab that, and we'll leave that on. Yeah, I'm with you. Pillars of Snow. I've already contested it, so we'll see what happens. I might cheat in gold just to get the damn thing. Let's see, do I have cheats? I do have cheats, don't I? Do I have cheats? I feel like I have cheats. Because, yep, here we go. Alright, so let's see. We have all the cheats. Let's see. Oh no, I showed clips of the trailer, Pillars of Snow. There we go. I found it on the floor, Your Majesty. By the way, these cosmetics cost nothing to wear. I mean, obviously you have to buy them, but you know. I'm a Wario. I'm gonna win. So I have her contact lens. Oh, sweet relief. Thank you. Finally, the world is crisp and clear again. I can see. Oh, I'm so happy. Careful from now on. People generally don't like having their stuff stomped on, Mario. And we now have access to the chef and the west part of town. There's actually a lot of stuff we could do at this point, but I'm only going to do a few of them. So here's Pianta Parlor, because of course the Pianta Mafia Dons are making their money off of a casino. And why wouldn't they be? Now, I just want to point out something. So first of all, this is the first place you can buy these. They're 50 gold, so you know, kind of hard to come by normally. Anyway, she was a pun. In fact, there's actually multiple boos who have the outfit, but they had to change it because they were actually their lawyers were worried about copyright issues. So when did this game come out? 2004. Even back then, copyright was starting to rear its ugly head. At least when it comes to video games. So in the original version, she had bunny ears instead of cat ears, because she was a Playboy boonie. Puns. So there's actually a way to skip by this. Yeah, there's actually a lot of glitches in this game, but whatever. There's the train. It's a really nice train. I hope we get to ride on it someday. I mean, it looks awesome to me. Although... yeah. So this is the gambling in the game. So tell me more. Happy Lucky Lottery is so special. You pick numbers and they might win every day. Just buy your numbers here, one at a time. Buy another if you change your mind. Then check back on the board to see if your numbers came in. And if you change the time on your GameCube, he notices and calls you out for being a cheater. Now, if you cheat a second time, he takes 500 gold from you. So, however, this is actually pretty different even from a typical lottery. The way this works is you buy a lottery ticket, and that's your numbers, right? And then you just check it every day. That's it. You never buy an additional lottery ticket. You just have the original lottery ticket, and you just check it every day to see if it actually works. So... yeah, that's true. He also, if you admit to cheating, I think the second time, he actually just straight up kills you. So another little small tip here. So she'll cook stuff, and when you're this early in the game, you can just turn healing items into better healing items. Which, I mean, makes sense, right? I mean, most food becomes better once cooked, so... logic. See? Shried Froom. 6 HP, 2 FP. We're going to go get a couple others while we're here. Because this next chapter, I'm going to probably need most of these items. Just like in the first game, later on you get a cookbook or whatever that enables you to cook with 2 items at once, at which point there are no less than 43 separate recipes you can learn, many of which are extremely useful. So yeah, if you're going to do an item build, you should probably lean on the cooking a bit. Hi, Gum Gum. Hey, you're Mario. Wow, that's so cool. Never thought I'd meet a celebrity out here. Ooh, I know. Do you want to make an investment? My name's Lumpy, and I'm heading to Dry Desert to prospect for oil. I've lived my life hoping to get rich quick. Now my chance has come. I still don't have enough startup funds. Could you lend me some money? You got it. So I'm going to give him more coins. 300 should do it. He should be good. 300 coins is enough to strike oil, right? Okay, time to move on with the plot. Although we could try the optional fight now that we just saved. At some point, we need to reach the eastern part of town. So, we can pay him 10 coins, or we can beat the crap out of him. Now, he's actually kind of a hard fight. He is literally an optional mini-boss. This is Gus. He's super annoying and tries to take tolls from everyone. HP of 20, attack of 3. I wonder if this guy watches people pass 365 days a year. Talk about a workaholic. Damn it. Thankfully, we just got an HP boost for our companion so she can help. Unfortunately, she's actually kind of useless on this fight, so we're going to go ahead and switch out for Koops. Yeah, that's the dizzy effect right there. We did, Baron. Unfortunately. I made the mistake of being an idiot. Which I do every day. Oh yeah, I suppose I should show this off. I lean on this ability a lot, although this is actually... this is harder to use than it looks. So I'm probably going to screw this up. Nah, too early. So, interesting thing about that ability. You'll notice how the earthquake things kept getting taller and taller. What that means in later on fights is you will hit, like if there's a floating enemy, if you get far enough in the earthquake will reach high enough to hit floating enemies. Which, you know, is awesome. I try to do the Gus fight as early as possible so I get the most experience out of it as possible. Also, fourth wall breaking. You think violence solves everything, don't you? Don't you? Well, yeah. I mean, we're done with him now. We don't have to deal with him anymore. So this is the side quest of this game. This is the Trouble Center. This trouble center is where people come with troubles. That's why it's named that. If you want to see what kind of troubles people have, check the bulletin board. If you're a nice guy, you'll choose someone and try to help them out. If not, not. Help someone out and they'll give you a reward. Probably. Notice the probably there. Some of these side quests actually involve no reward whatsoever. Or worse, you get less than you put into the quest. Also, if you... Good night, Dream Whisperer. If you decide to pick up a quest, you have to pay to cancel it. Now, we're not going to do all of these, even though there's some decent stuff here. Some of these give rewarding items. Some of these give useful stuff, badges. You know, one of them gives you a party member. A lot of them give you a little bit of background lore. Little tidbits and bits and pieces here and there. Most of these are not really worth doing until you have accessed the sewer network to quickly get from point A to point B, because these involve, these involve a lot of traveling from point to point. So, if we do those at all, we'll do those later. Come all the way here. You must have seen some serious, dangerous action. That's good. Danger's good. Believe me, I know. Oh, yes. Delicious danger. I mean, hi. I have Suffocom. Nah. We could go to one other area, but I don't really want to this low level. It's time to go kill the Puties. No, I'm too terrible at this game, Baron. And I've also never tried. Hey, Mario, did you see that? That was one of those things Professor Frankly mentioned. Let's go eat it alive. Eek! Don't eat me! Huh? You didn't come to eat me? And you're not bullies?
Guess again, nerd. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
I'm honestly not going to mention any of the real sequence breaking because it's all glitches. It's not none of it's really designed by the game, so like it's not like some games where sequence breaking is built into it or is just kind of an option. In this case, you literally have to break the game in order to sequence break. For real? You're not... Oof. Oh, that's good. I thought for a second I might have an accident. Hi, Spirit of Memory. Aren't you one of the creatures from Bogley Woods? What are you doing down here? What? Why do you know about me? No, you must be... You're working for the X-Dots, aren't you? No! It's the end. He's so cute. X-Dots? What the heck are those? Sounds like tissues. To the extreme or something. Look, we're not here to do anything to you, so relax. Except maybe give you scritches, you're so cute. I wonder if those bobber head things are soft. Like, they look soft to me, right? They're like little puff balls. There should be plushies of these guys. They came inside our great tree and started tearing it apart and causing trouble. So I've come all the way here looking for help. A bunch of bad guys in the great tree? Well, then we must stop them because they're looking for the crystal star. So we will help you to save the Elder. Don't worry, we're Mario. Of Borg. Resistance is Wackio. Why does he need to die as a non-monster? Ooh, fried eggs. You know, I complain all the time about how I'm fat. I was just thinking, I can't eat just one egg. I'd have to eat like 4. Is pretty much the minimum serving size for me. Hey, Bio... Yeah, no, I totally didn't get copywronged by Screw CBS. Hashtag Screw CBS. As per usual, Chapter 2 follows the 3-act structure. It's just, its acts are very strange in their construction. If I'm feeling legitimately hungry, I'll have 6, Braglin. But 4 is my norm. Let me just say this is gorgeous, by the way. Like, I know it's just 2D sprites and stuff, but this idea is so... I want this. I want to design a world where the leaves and the trees are black and white, and the grass is multicolored. Like, this is just... Oh, I love this aesthetic so much. Sorry. Look at it. Behold! Seriously, tell me that doesn't look awesome. Throat's starting to give out a bit. Hang on. I mean, granted, this is still a nice-looking game. But imagine how amazing Bogley Woods would look in, like, a full 3D awesome thing. Same concept, same aesthetic. White leaves, black trees, the colored ground. Just, oh, yeah. Sorry. Time to go to work, lovelies. Vivian, you understand what you've got to do, yes? Mm-hmm. Find the Mario guy and steal the map to the Crystal Stars, right? We can just do away with Mario and his friends, can't we? Or is that bad? Yeah, he can't die. That answers the question, Gum Gum. Hey, Korgoth. Oh, bad things happen all the time, Vivian, but you're right about our goals. If my information is correct, Mario should be coming down this road quite soon. You must ambush him here and get that map. What's this now? Vivian, what are you fawning over there? Oh, what? You mean this? I found it near the tree over a while back. Isn't it a gorgeous necklace? It was so lovely I had to pick it up. Vivian, for shame, picking up someone's scraps. Disgusting, greedy. But enough about that. Vivian, my dear pack rat, bring out the sketch of that Mario guy you got from Grodus. But I don't have that. You said it was way too important, so you took it. You should have it. Don't be ridiculous. I don't have that thing. You were in charge of it. You wretched little worm, blaming me for something you probably screwed up. But Can I just admit I don't like Beldam? See, here's the thing. There's two things colliding here. The first is that she's a bully, and I don't like bullies. She screws up constantly, and she always blames whoever is the lowest on the pecking order. In this case, it's Vivian. Later on, it becomes Dupless. I suppose I should also admit I don't like Beldam because she constantly makes fun of two of my favorite characters in this game, Vivian and Dupless. But the other reason I don't like her is kind of related to this. She's kind of behind everything, so she is deliberately sabotaging Grodus' efforts here. I already mentioned the trans thing, Baron, yeah. Vivian prefers to be called her, and really that's all that matters as far as I'm concerned here. What is it, Marilyn? Huh? What's that? A mustachioed felon? There's no time for such nonsense, you oaf. Save your games for later. Now, where was I? You, Vivian, don't tell me you lost your precious sketch. But, listen, Look, it's not my fault. I never had the sketch. Silence, you ditz. Such impudence. How dare you talk back to me like some rebellious child? It's clear to me the only rationale your type understands is force. For your punishment, I'll be taking that necklace you just found. Yes, so sorry. But Beldam, oh, you're horrid. I mean, she is horrid. That's kind of the point. Whoops. This is the youngest sister of the three. The oldest one really picks on her, huh? I don't know whose picture they're talking about, but you think she really lost it? I guess that's the middle sister. She seems like the strong, silent type to me. I can't get a read on this girl at all, excuse me. This shady woman is certainly selfish and mean. I mean, what a total meanie. You see how cruel she is to her own sister? I wonder what went on between them. We'll actually leave Gumbella out for right now. No. Bad. That's a pale piranha. So, this is nothing to mention about this game. There's a lot of typical enemy types, which vary based on the area you fight them in. So you see black and white enemies here, you see jungle variants in the jungle, you see frozen variants in the frozen area, and so forth and so on. I actually like the idea of the species adapting to their terrain, basically. which is what she just mentioned in the tattle log. Sorry, I should have read that out loud. So it's another aspect of world building which I enjoy. That's a cleft. A rock-headed jerk with spikes on his noggin. What a rocker. Max HP 2, defense 2, H2. Fire doesn't hurt it, but other types of items are pretty effective usually. If nothing else works, you can always run. Well, enjoy the eggs, Savicon. Since I know that someone won't be enjoying the eye drops. Oh, dang it. Ah. Cool, bio. Really, Mikes? No! I wasn't aware at all. I had no idea that they decided to block my video worldwide because they're lame, stupid, dumb, evil, and awful. Hashtag screw CBS. I'm the wrong person to ask about that one, Gum Gum, because I just have no interest in the 7 Deadly Sins thing. That's been done to death at this point, you know what I mean? I mean, even the recent Shazam movie did that. The Picard trailer. We analyzed the Picard trailer, Baron. To be clear, it wasn't a music thing, just the trailer. Because, whatever. There, can you see it? That big tree. That's the big tree. Doesn't look all that big. Apparently 3 species live there. Jabbies, Piters, and Punies. You know what's doubly funny to me, Permeus? I know this doesn't matter, but for once I was actually speaking quite positively about a CBS work, something I was legitimately interested in, and that's the time they decide to block my video talking about it. Like, just to give an example, imagine if a restaurant came out, and I sat down and did a video saying, God, this restaurant's amazing. You should all go here, guys. And then the restaurant reached out to me and said, excuse me, we're blocking your video because you used our restaurant in your video. I hate them all so much. I really need to take over this stupid planet. And I don't want to. Okay, that's a little bigger of a tree than I thought it was going to be. Oh yes, the Piters are a pretty annoying enemy. In fact, we're probably going to be leaning on Flurry a lot for this chapter. Because Piters. This is a pretty big tree, I'll admit it. You mean like the Wendy's thing, Isouls? Because that's an awesome thing, in my opinion. Really. Like, I actually thought the Wendy's Mario Maker campaign thing was a great idea. But then again, Wendy's marketing campaign has actually been pretty spot on for a couple years now, haven't they? Like, just weirdly spot on. I wish there was a Wendy's nearby here, just so I could support that. I don't even know where a Wendy's is nearby, but whatever. What's the matter? Well, take a look. This door wasn't here before. Someone just installed it. And I can't open it. I thought I could finally save everyone. I'm a fool. Hey, don't take it so hard. It does look sturdy, though. What do we do now? Got it! The Dark Saga. Come good. Hey, are you gonna tell me what you're up to, Puny? Hey, get back here, get back here. What are you doing? Long ago, the Puny Elder told me about a secret entrance somewhere around here. We can get in through there. I'm completely sure of it. Problem is, I doubt finding it's gonna be that easy. I mean, it's not gonna be labeled secret entrance. What should we do? Not to be a worrywart, but how the heck can we find somebody's secret entrance? Well, it's hidden by this invisible thingy. We need to find and remove the thingy. Boy, but removing a normal thingy sounds tough enough, let alone an invisible one. Oh, got it. Flurry. Surely Madame Flurry's powers can help us. No, you cannot, Baron. Like I said, there's no built-in sequence breaking into the game. The Elder just sees a wind spirit who can wield the power of air with ease. See where I'm going with this? She can use wind power to blow the thing away. Alright, let's go find this wind elemental, shall we? Oh, I don't, Gum Gum. But I don't understand why you're confused. Now we must stab you. Stab. So this was voiced by Bragwin during the theater. And she did a good job of it, I might add. Especially since this was basically her first role ever. Ah, these woods are the most wonderful in all the world. Yes, indeed. Building a house here was just the finest idea I ever did have. Oh my, yes. This place is so different from the bright flashbulbs of the world I'm used to. Such peace. This negative image of the world soothes my body and soul. But what's even better is that I, Madame Flurry, grow ever more lovely here. Plus those squishy, adorable little punies that live in the tree are so nice to me. But I suppose if I stay here too long, I'll begin to crave the hustle and bustle before long. Oh my, it's happening even as I speak. Already I feel the need for drama. That moment of exhilaration when the spotlight shines down on the stage. On me. Surely I was born to be an actress for the ages. Ah, yes. It's settled then. I shall rise again. But before I make my stage comeback, I simply must whip my body and mind into shape. I'll just have to put on some makeup and make my beauty even more beautiful. Wait a moment. Flurry is highly amusing. I don't know, Bragwin, how do you pronounce the hearts? If we head straight this direction, we'll see Flurry's place in no time. Okay. The ones you ripped out of them, Bragwin. What, you don't like it, Dimensionless? Alright, guys, Dimensionless doesn't think this place looks amazing. We have to kill Dimensionless immediately. God dang it, that actually sucks. That's a Dark Puff. You remember these from Paper Mario 1? Sometimes it'll charge itself with electricity. Don't touch it when it does. Damn, that was almost a perfect one. Look at that. Ow. I suppose that's true, Shihali. Gotta keep posing. Dang it, really? Here? So these are the random buffs I pointed out earlier. This is actually a pretty bad time for a random buff to show up. So this is going to hit like a truck on an enemy that had 1 health left. I just hit him for 8. Really, game? I should go ahead and admit that several times, the first time I played this game, and the second time as well, I got a little lost here because, well, basically I couldn't quite figure out what to do on this exact screen. Obviously I've played this game a lot, so I know exactly what to do now, but I could kind of see why you would get a little bit lost, especially given how difficult it is to see what you're doing in some cases. I should mention, by the way, that it's actually easier than ever to change between party members. So in the first game, they had the shortcuts menu. But what you had to do is you had to be, like, you had the shortcut button, and then you have to hit the control stick, and then you had to hit the button, right? Here you can just hit the same button. So this is the button that pulls up the shortcut, and then this is the exact same button. So with a single button press, I can cycle through my party members, which allows you to switch in and out much easier, which is good, because this game, as I mentioned before, uses everyone's powers more. So you actually need to switch more often in this game than in the last one. I'm pretty sure this game actually has real stakes, Bio. And anyone who says otherwise will be stabbed. Although I actually talked about the Mario Bros. 3 thing during the last one when I was talking about the dominant timelines of the Marioverse. We don't really need a heal. Well, there's 3 main timelines, with a little bit of bleed over and branch over for most of them. So, for example, someone earlier, I mentioned Toadsworth, who also showed up in Sunshine, Mario Sunshine, and is also in the Mario & Luigi series. Part of the problem here is that... how to put this as simply as I can. The problem is, most of the Mario games are loosely connected, simply by virtue of having the same concepts and ideas in them. Like, you can't say every Mario game is part of the same timeline because they all have Goombas in them, right? But you can say that certain specific areas and concepts are more connected. Like, for example, this game directly references Parakarry, Dry Dry Desert, Lady Bow actually shows up later in the game. You know, the Moustafa is referenced in this game. In short, there are several direct and clear references to Paper Mario 1, and not just in like an Easter egg way, but in ways that affect the story. So this game is directly connected to Paper Mario 1. Make sense? By contrast, many of the Mario games are loosely connected to each other, simply by virtue of the fact that they have similar things in them, like Toadsworth, for example. It depends on who you ask, Bio. Now, I don't buy that idea personally, but that's just me. It's also ignoring Yoshi's Island, which obviously would be the first one. Maybe she's in here. I wonder if she went for a walk in the woods. Ah, well. Do. Hang on, we need Coops for this scene. Madame Flurry, hello! If you're here, say something. Eek! No, out of the question. You mustn't come in here. Heart. Madame Flurry, are you there? Is that you? What are you doing? Oh, wait a moment. Those darling, squishy little footsteps. Is that you, Punio? Oh, it's been an age since I saw you last. You poor dear. Is there something you need? Well, the thing is, we have a problem only you can help us with, ma'am. The Great Tree's entry hole is blocked, and there's this stupid door we can't seem to open, and my puny friends are inside, so they're in a pickle, and Mario needs these crystal stars. It's a train wreck, really. If you can't find the secret entrance for us, we're done. Oh, is that all, dearie? You came all the way here just for that. My adorable little Punio, you know I would do anything in my power to help you. However, lamentably, I'm in a bit of a bind myself. I just cannot come out. Gee, is something wrong? It's somewhat embarrassing, but I never go out without my favorite necklace. I just can't find the blessed thing. I suspect I dropped it during my daily constitutional. I'd be simply scandalized if anyone saw me without it, so I shan't be going out. I absolutely must have that necklace to highlight my beauty, and that's that! Gee whiz, that must be some nice necklace, huh? Hang on. You know what? It's weird. I heard someone talking about a necklace. What's that? Do speak up, you, whoever just spoke. Do you have any clue as to my necklace's whereabouts? If you do, please, be a dear, find it and bring it back to me. If you could, I'd be delighted to help my squishy little friend, Punio. Heart. Don't worry, madam. I'm sure Mario can find your necklace. Word is, he's super. Uh-huh. Alright, let's do it. Ah, there we go. I was doing it too quickly. Beldum, I told you, blaming me for losing the sketch, and you had it. Silence, you twit. Now's not the time to get hung up on stupid details. We must study this sketch. That's a nice picture of him. Wow, this Mario guy looks so manly. Check out that bushy mustache. How handsome. You know something, though, my lovelies? I swear I've seen this gentleman before. Ah, he's Mr. Mustache. I don't believe this. Vivian, this is, without a doubt, all your fault. I'll be dealing some strict punishment later, my dearie. Oh, yes, I promise you that. Silence, squirrel brain. Don't you cop that insolent attitude with me. And about that necklace. I was thinking of returning it to you, but no more. Aww. And since you caused this problem, you have to figure out how to find this Mario chump. So you'll notice they're already developing Vivian for us as a character, which I only point out is interesting because, spoiler alert, Vivian will be joining our party later. And I believe this is the first and only time they've done this, where they help establish a character long before they join the party, and then could keep developing them as they join the party. As I said earlier, Vivian has the most complete character arc throughout the course of this. You'll also notice they go out of their way to make us sympathize with Vivian right off the bat, by having her basically be a victim of her stupid sister. Dang it, I keep trying to slide dash. Basically, Earth doesn't exist. No, Bio. There were a few references back in the day, but all of them have since been scrubbed. In fact, a lot of things were scrubbed if you look at some of the re-releases for some games. Like, for example, some of the more recent releases of Mario 3 have actually had some of the theater trappings removed from the game. Now, Miyamoto himself has said, oh yeah, it was totally a play. But I wouldn't trust Miyamoto about anything lore-related, personally. Call me a weirdo. Oh, I'm sorry, Korgoth. I just realized I never answered your question. I apologize. Yes, I did like the Picard trailer. I didn't like the camera usages. I didn't like the over-reliance on edited cuts. I didn't like the music. It looked like a completely boring, ordinary, typical trailer. But there was interesting information in it. The inclusion of Hugh. The inclusion of, obviously, 7 of 9. Spoiler. The Borg. Of course, the Borg. I mean, that does make perfect sense. And also the fact that they seem to be acknowledging the whole, you know, consequences and continuity thing, which I think is a really good thing, since, frankly, I think we need more continuity in Star Trek, not less of it. What are you talking about with regards to Q, Permius? So this is a bad situation right here. I actually have a really bad party setup for this, so I'm actually just going to run straight. There. Now I'm better prepared for it. Usually not even that far, bio. Miyamoto has literally been quoted as saying, "Why do I need to come up with a story for a Mario game?" That's a direct quote, by the way. Well, translated, I suppose I should add. And there are plenty of people who agree with him on that. Those people are wrong, but, you know, those people exist. Now, you notice I'm kind of letting my health get a little bit low here. That's kind of on purpose, although I did mean to not block that attack. I'm basically leaning on the level up to heal me here. Although I should be a little cautious. I am very low on health. Hang on. I really hate to waste a heal here. I'm going to gamble. By which I mean I'm going to make a save state. And then I'm going to gamble. Right there. There we go. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, lol, Colin Peluso. Yeah, that's what I thought. Come on. I just need one regen. Fine. Die! I was hoping for an FP regen, in case you're wondering what I was doing. Ah, damn it. Instead, I'll summon the power of the gods to kill him. Whatever it takes. I mean, screw the clefts anyways, am I right? Oh, this is a boss fight. I may be about to die. Well, if this isn't Mario. Shiny mustache of no, you can't be too bright if you came looking for us. Mwee-hee-hee, you know why? Because we're waiting for you. Oh, I remember. They're the ones with... Hey, wait a second. What do you mean you've been waiting for Mario? That sounds suspicious. I have no quarrel with you, but I simply can't allow you to hunt for the crystal stars. And so I'll be taking that little map of yours just as soon as I deal with you. Whoa, whoa, scary lady. How do you know about the map and the crystal stars? Have you talked to Princess Peach or something? Hey, now that I think about it, who are you anyways? Those who seek names are often disappointed, but if you insist, we'll tell you. We are... the three, and that's like the only dialogue she says in the whole game. Shadow Beauties! The three Shadow Beauties? Vivian, you nincompoop, what are you babbling about? It's Shadow Sirens. I don't see three beauties, I see two, but then there's you and you're plug ugly. Aw, right, sis, I'm sorry. It's just you always call us lovelies, and it's just a figure of speech. Oh, you've got some fierce punishment coming your way. Poor Vivian. Mini-boss. Which is funny, because I'm going to level off this fight. I need like 4 experience to level. 5, excuse me. No, Baron. I've always assumed the Shadow Sirens are part of the Shadow race. Which we only see a very few numbers of, but we see a few here and there. I'm an idiot, aren't I? Yep, I am in fact stupid. Huh. So we're using a completely unorthodox strategy here. Because I screwed up twice. So I'm debating something. Ugh, no, this is stupid. I need Gumbella. I need Gumbella for this. Oh, now you regenerate a flower. Where was that earlier? I'm gonna go ahead and burn this now. It's not my fault I have to defeat her, Bio. What the hell is a cinnamon roll? What are you doing, Vivian, you twit? I'll never forgive you if you lose. Sorry, sis. That's Vivian. She's the youngest of the 3 Shadow Sirens. HP 10, attack 1. Doesn't seem all that noteworthy. She's kind of cute, I guess. She might even be cuter than I am. I guess. What am I thinking? Sorry, sis. Okay, that's a good time to get the bonus. That'll be... Oh, actually, that's actually not a good bonus. Damn. That decreases the damage I take. I mean, that's good, because that just saved my life. And yes, I am the true villain of Paper Mario. As it should be. That's Beldam. She's the oldest sister, the leader of the Shadow Sirens. Oh, of course, Baron. The Blizzard has an attack of 2, and she can make her partners big and make us tiny and attack with buffs and debuffs. And she's also sinister and evil. I mean, she's just the sort of person you want to avoid like the plague, you know? Like, even Savicom wouldn't be friends with Beldam. And Savicom's friends with everyone, except your cat. Oh, that... actually really sucks. That's Marilyn. She is a Shadow Siren, Beldam's younger sister. She occasionally charges up her attacks. Says here she's the toughest of the sisters, so it might be best to beat her first, huh? Actually, I usually beat her last. Exactly, Colin Beluso. I was always the last boss. Bring it on, Mario. I know I can beat you. I have your one weakness. I know Miyamoto. Okay, that's not actually true. Your weakness is your absence of lore. Allow me to explain in excruciating detail why you cannot raise the 7th star to... etc., etc. Yeah, she can do no damage right now. None. I guess I could. Sure. Now that Vivian's out of the count, so we don't have to worry about hitting Vivian with an earthquake. I mean, what kind of monster would hit Vivian with an earthquake, honestly? Down you go. Hey, I'm back, and guess what? I'm the hardest hitter in the party. Bonk. Now would be a great time for the double experience buff, but whatever. So since we already got the FP...
Zug zug.
I got 2 experience points. Yeah! I'm ready for Hollywood. Or... whatever. Maybe we're just a touch overconfident. Marilyn, Vivian, you lumps! We would have won if you two had pulled your weight. Both of you prepare for world-class punishment sessions when we get home. No, it's just, it didn't really sound all that interesting to me. That's all I'm going. I mean, you know, different strokes, different folks, etc. You know how it is. You'll notice the backtracking problem is already a problem. We've gone back and forth across this area. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go about 3.5 times across this area. Just back and forth in a straight line. Yeah. Yeah, there's some really bad backtracking in Paper Mario 2. It's a damn shame, because the game is very well designed in most respects. And then they make you go back and forth through the same damn areas over and over again. Yeah, Chapter 4, honestly, will probably deserve a separate negative by itself. Which is a shame, because Chapter 4 just... oh, I love Chapter 4's story. It's one of my favorite chapters, story-wise. Chapter 3 gets a little padding-y, but at the same time, not really. We'll talk about that when we get there. So here's your necklace. Come out onto the stage, Braglin. Let us gaze at your naked glory. Hang on, hang on. Let's get the strobe light. There we go. That's not a strobe light. I don't know what that's called. Ooh la la. One of her attacks is a kiss. I'm not actually kidding about that. Oh my word, Mario, isn't it? Are you my heroic little necklace hunter?
Well, my, aren't you a fine specimen of a man? Yes, indeed. I simply must thank you for your graciousness. Here I come, handsome. Time to give you a proper thank you. Pucker up.
And she kisses his foot. But it still knocks him out. That's how powerful her kisses are. Oh, Mario, you're just the cutest little thing I've ever laid eyes on. Yes, you are, and that's that. So tell me, are you truly looking for the crystal stars? The same crystal stars spoken of by all the lowlives in Rogueport? A danger-filled search for beautiful jewels. How absolutely marvelous. And here I was thinking how frightfully bored I was. It's time for a change. Besides, I do declare that plus mustache of yours has completely swooned me. A man as manly as you must attract all sorts of trouble, and I want to keep you safe. So I dare say I'll be joining you on this little adventure. I assume that's fine, Mario. Whee! I mean, obviously I was kidding about the nudity. She's an air elemental. She doesn't have clothing. She has jewelry. Raising my eyebrow at you, Baron. Nah, I'm kidding. We're fine. This is so wonderful. It's so nice that Flurry likes you, Mario. Really, it's great. Even more importantly, Flurry's chosen to join us. Let's go to the Great Tree. Let's do it. So I'm going to try and use her this chapter, but I gotta be honest, I usually don't use her that much. So I might suck with her. And blow! I'll be here all night. No, if anything, you grab her waist if you really want to talk about it, Baron. But yes, she is, there's a term for this, but basically she's comedically sexualized. In other words, she's not intended to actually be sexy. She's intended to be humorous. And there is a term for that, and I can't think of it. But that's her. I kind of skipped over it, but during the tutorial about her abilities, it mentions that she uses her stage presence, ... in order to defeat enemies. By doing things like this. You know what's really sad is Vivian tries really hard to admit she has a crush on Mario, and never actually gets it out the whole game. Like, during the ending, she's trying to still admit that she has a crush on Mario. It's okay, Goombella also has a crush on Mario. I'm not kidding. I have no idea how to answer that, Gum Gum. No, Lore does not have a crush on Mario. Lore's not into guys. Oh, hey. Bringing you all the up-to-moment news as it happens. We now have details of yet another incident at the parlor in West Rogueport. Outraged by the high Pianta prices, Goomfrey, age 30, is suspected of violently shaking the Pianta Changer, age 5, causing the Pianta Changer's alarm to sound, which led to the Pianta Changer ceasing to function for a brief period. The parlor was forced to close down temporarily. The victim was quoted as saying, "I am a machine. No matter how hard I am shook, I feel no pain." End interview. Get all the hottest shopping news about all the hottest shopping spots in the world. If Petalburg's your destination, you can't miss the shop that's been the talk of the town for the last 20 years, Nifty's shop. The friendly owner has been long thought to be the most eligible bachelor in town. But word is he's secretly in love with the girl at the inn. The wise and witty shopkeeper has this to say: you only live once, so enjoy it while you can. Shop now at good old Nifty's. Cooking for rookies. Interested in cooking but don't know what to cook? Try our chef's delicious suggestions. Fried shrooms. Just cook shrooms. We hope you enjoyed RDM's premiere issue. You can look forward to future editions coming your way soon. So those have lore tidbits, but also game things. Oh yeah, by the way, shroom cake is in this game, but it's actually pretty hard to cook. Now, I can take the effort and actually try to get the materials necessary to make shroom cake if you guys want me to. But it really is kind of a thing to do. And I'm going to have to use a guide a little bit. So... not really, Gum Gum. I don't think anybody... I don't think any of the main three has an actual crush on Mario at this point, as I talked about last time. There's also several tiers of just amazing cooking stuff you can make, which restore like 40 HP and 40 FP in one item, which is just nuts. But no, you want shroom cake. I can make that happen. Just have to figure out where to get that and that. Okay, that's not too bad. So... say about chapter 5-ish, we'll be able to make shroom cake. So don't let me forget, if you care. If you don't care, make me forget, by any means necessary. Who, Gum Gum? Sorry, I don't know who that person is. And I'm hesitant about baking since it's so much more difficult to make baking interesting. It's like, here, let me put this in the thing, and then we pull it out. However, the next Lorerun I actually have planned will be a baking episode. It's just hopefully it won't be a complete failure. Like the last baking I just did. Alright, let's see if we can find this secret entrance, shall we? I think we found it. Possibly, Bio. She's mentioned to be an air elemental, and the puffs aren't mentioned to be anything, so it's possible the puffs are also air elementals. Eh. Aren't puny's just the most precious little things? Mario, I feel I must ask. Did you know that I used to be a rather famous actress? I was the diva of the stage. I was known as Madame Fleury the world over. But the filthy air outside of the spotlight repelled me, so I came to the woods. And soon enough I glimpsed the beauty of these punies and their pure little hearts. It reminded me of my own innocence as an actress, and that made me realize I shall ever love the stage. I must feel the spotlight shine on me again. I must! As you can see, these dear little punies helped me find my true self. That's why I must help them however I can, before I go on my own adventures. Operatic, Bio, if you really want to know. Although she does perform in a play at the end of the game. Mario, can you hear me? Like, during the ending, she's in a play. Check it out! I was able to open from the inside. Come on, over here. The time has come for me to repay my debt to the punies. Come along, Mario. So we are officially in Act 2 of Chapter 2. Now, we've already had a little bit of backtrackiness, but this is when I just kind of start to go, ugh, every time I replay this. We'll see if this is as bad as I remember. Everybody, Elder, come out. Hello. Who are you guys? How'd you get in here? Whoa, dude, isn't he that Mario guy? What? He is? We better get him then. But dude, Lord Crump told us to get him immediately if we found Mario. Remember? You idiot. Use your head. If we capture him, we'll get all the credit, man. Duh. Oh yeah, right on. Let's rock this jump. 1, 2, 3, break! This is our first combat encounter with the X-Nauts, and certainly not the last. God dang it, really? I always get the buffs at the worst times. Oh well, this will at least kill this guy. And fire. That stung, man. Dude, maybe reporting to Lord Crump isn't such a bad idea after all. Run! Actually, I know that bio, I just don't care. So yeah, they are supposed to be pronounced cross knots. There's actually a note about it in the game. In one section, if you like do a tattle on one of the X creatures, I forget which it is, but it's one of the ones on the moon. It'll tell you that you're supposed to pronounce it cross instead of X, which also means Tech XX should actually be voiced as Tech Cross Cross, which is supposed to be a pun because Tech double crosses them. Still, I'm going to keep calling them X-Nauts because screw calling them Cross-Nauts. That's just dumb. Still don't know what you're talking about, Gum Gum. Blank face. Finally, somebody shows up. What are you doing hiding back there? Come on out for Pete's sakes. I found us a powerful ally. Yes, this is a cross stream. He's huge. Are you sure your huge mustachioed man won't try to eat us? Yeah, there's like 20 of them there. He's massive. He'll crush us. Nice stash. So burly. Now, don't worry, everyone. This is Mario, and he's our friend. He's here to help. All those bad guys, Mario will just stomp every one of them, just like those last goons. I think the art style in this game is superior to the original Personal Tacos and Burritos. Not the least of which because it has a lot more variety in its animation. Ignore the graphics bug we're having right now. Which is weird, we didn't have that graphics bug last time, so I'm not sure why it's showing up all of a sudden. How do you know this burly fellow is our ally? He might be one of them! Puniper, what are you saying? He's not one of them. Listen, we can all fight alongside Mario and chase the goons out of here. We can take back our tree. We can take back our homes. Big bad Punio. Listen to yourself. Trying to sound all important like. You have no idea the kinds of troubles we've been through while you've been gone. What are you talking about, Puniper? And why are there so few of us here anyway? What happened to everyone? Well, they've been captured by those goons. The Elder, everybody, including your sister. What? Petunie? Tell me it isn't so. Oh, it's so all right. She was taken off somewhere with the rest of them. They said it was because we wouldn't tell them where to find some crystal thing. We told them we'd never heard of it. Oh, poor Petunie. Well, that absolutely tears it. It's a graphics bug, Dum Dum. It's part of the emulation. We've all got to go looking for them right away. What are you saying, Punio? We can't do anything to those giant goons. Besides, they aren't alone. The cursed Jobby tribe is in league with them. They're hoping to make this tree their own once they've driven us from it. This is it for us. The end! Adding this hairy old man to our ranks won't help a bit. How can you say that? You can't know that. We have to try, don't you see? Think about it. If we all get together, we can take care of any stupid jabbies. So who's with me? Come on, everyone. Let's pool our strength. Ah, Punio, Punio, Punio. You'll have to convince me because I think you're nuts. What's that supposed to mean? Tell you what, you and Mr. Mustache there can get the revolution started. If you can free our friends who got locked up in the tree, then I'll join your little crusade. Ah, like that'll ever happen. Please! Fine, we'll show you. Just like Platty showed them, even though she should be laying down because she's not feeling well right now. I should save. Alright, Baron, do you want the canon explanation or the head canon explanation? Well, which would you like first, then, Baron? Oh god, Bio, that wouldn't even surprise me at this point. Nope, can't choose, Baron. Sorry, I'm gonna have to kill you. Alright, who wants to kill Baron for me, guys? That's a cross knot. Although, actually, if I might say so, say something, you notice how that's spelled? That says that's an X knot, and it would that's not how English works if it was supposed to be pronounced cross. So if you say that's an cross knot, that doesn't work. It would be that's a cross knot. I just feel like pointing that out because obviousness. Anyways, it says here it's classified as an enemy combatant. That description stinks. Do you think it just means they're low-level foot soldiers? They drink these potions that make them all big and pearly, and then they attack. One's easy, but if there's two or more, better watch out. Use special moves and items. Okay, headcanon answer. You got it. So. That's a Yux. It says here it's a creature created in the X-Naut labs. According to this, it attacks and items won't affect it if it has a mini Yux around it. So if any mini Yux appears, take those out first. So my headcanon answer is that the... By the way, these guys get wildly out of control if you fall behind on attacking them. Thankfully, I kept this equipped just for that purpose. I take it, Bio. And Baron. So headcanon answer. Based on a few very minor inferences we get here and there, it seems to me that the X-Nauts are just a bunch of people who were recruited into, you know, Grotus's army, either because they were offered a job or because they were lacking resources or what. You know, it's the usual reasons, right? Why does anyone join a criminal gang? So the idea is that these are toads, just like Grotus himself is probably a toad, and therefore. These are toads who have been cybernetically augmented to be more powerful and quicker and faster. And the further you advance into the X-Naut organization, the more augmentations you get. This is why the higher ranked X-Nauts have many more abilities and capacities and are much stronger and more powerful. Now, the canon explanation for what the X-Nauts are is man, this is brutal. How much longer till we find that stupid crystal star? Not even those puny punies we captured know anything about it, and they live here. After all this pointless searching, I'm thinking we're looking in the wrong place. And of course she has sap, like any good rogue would. No, there's no canon answer whatsoever, Baron. They can just slip through those bars. Anyways. Punio, is that you? You're looking well. Why are you so calm, Elder? You're trapped, and this is our daring rescue of you. Oh, rescuing, is it? Well, thanks, I suppose. Those are quite exciting. But I think you ought to help the other punies before you rescue me. Where are the others? Let me think. Where was I? Ah, yes, right. Your question. Petuni, oh, thank heavens. You're here. You're safe. I knew you'd come for me, Punio. I just knew it. Of course I would, dear sister. And I've brought a mighty ally. Look at him. We're going to get you out of there right away, I swear. Just hold tight a second. Okay. Mario, listen, we've got to find the cell key or we're going nowhere. Yeah, okay. It's probably in the very next room. Oh, shoot, I forgot to switch to... Oh, whatever. Yes, absolutely, Gum Gum. Oh, well, isn't this a treat? We must stop meeting like this, don't you think? Hey, stop right there, Missy. You're that thieving girl we saw before. What are you doing here? Well, anyway, I heard there were badges to be found, so I came looking. Only problem is I've been running into more trouble than I expected. Smooch. But who cares about that? Lovely to see you again. Oh, not another smooch. Who do you think you are, you total floozy? Your precious crystal star you're looking for is near the bottom of the tree. Good luck finding it before the others. Take care, my handsome stash superstar. Let's get together again soon. Can't believe that girl. Ugh, I can't stand her. Ugh, my aching. Hey, you. You're the dirtbag who hit me from behind, aren't you? Yeah, real fair, you scum. So yes, she is a rogue. Not only does she have sap, she has misdirect. I know, misdirect is a hunter ability. I can't think of the rogue's ability name. Tricks or traps or something like that? I can't remember. Somebody who's played a rogue, help me out here. Tricks of the trade? No, that's not right. It's been a while since I've used that. It was only useful in Wrath. Anyways. So to be clear, no, I was not actually being sarcastic. I do think everything should have an explanation. At the very least, it should have an under-the-hood explanation. If a writer hasn't thought of an explanation for something, then in my opinion, that writer has not done their job. If you approach an author and say, why did such and such work this way? And they say, negative to story. Actually, that is how history works. We just don't have the ability to do that because we don't have total control over time and space. But if, for example, we had the ability to know everything about real-life history, then yes, everything historically would have an explanation. Which is kind of my point, isn't it? Because when you're writing something, you have 100% control over that thing you're writing. So, that's all on you, if you didn't think of an answer. If you're a Time Lord, then for some reason women are going to be flinging themselves at you left and right. I'm not sure why. Although, I mean, even I'd be considering David Tennant, I'll tell you what. Helder, we're back, and we're here to rescue you. Foolish child. Punio, sit down this instant and keep your mouth shut. Huh? What? Why? What did I do? Listen, Elder, I don't know why you're mad, but we came here to help you. Stop your mumbling. Mind your elders, you whelp. How could you abandon your poor sister and run off like that? Absolutely shameful. But I went to find help. Tell help rescue you. Oh, stop with the whining. Never interrupt an elder in mid-lecture. Never. You wonder why the other punies call you a doofus sometimes? That's why. And your time to be a doofus is over because you have to lead our puny tribe one day. That day is not far off, and that's why you need to listen. Now, first of all, it's... Then they have failed, Baron. Then they have straight up failed. You got that? From now on, you've got to get your act together, Punio. Yes, Elder. Yes, I understand. Only answer once. But why are you here, anyway? I was just telling you we came to rescue everyone. We started with you, Elder. Oh, is that so? Well, good. In that case, get me out of here already. Criminy. This cell is cold, which isn't good for the old back, and there's this damp stench. Yeah, I'm with Permeus. Smack! Go back to writing school. God. Just you wait, Petuni. I'll be right back for you. Okay, big brother. I'll be waiting. Whoops. So I go completely the wrong way. Really, Gum Gum? I'd like to meet that person and smack him. I suppose in the interest of total fairness, there are two types of stories that actually shouldn't have explanations. Tales, which aren't stories, which is the whole point. So, tales, and... I'm trying to think how to phrase this. Incoherent nonsense. Now, that sounds derogatory, but I don't actually mean it that way. Like, you know how a lot of horror stories literally don't make sense, and in fact are completely incongruent with how they're presented? That is because that is on purpose. There's a term for that. It's called dream logic. It's when something... the easiest way to explain dream logic is, you know how stuff makes perfect sense in a dream, but if you sit back and think about it, it makes absolutely no sense at all? And you're like, that's dream logic. If you've seen just about any horror movie ever, you've seen dream logic. How is it that Mike Myers, despite the fact that he's been captured in this, like, horrible detention facility for, like, 15 years, perfectly knows how to drive and can just kind of appear and disappear at will? It doesn't make any sense, right? Yeah, it's absurdist, exactly. That's a good way to put that. So a story that is deliberately absurdist, aka a story that is deliberately trying to make no sense, and a tale, which usually doesn't make sense because making sense isn't the point of the tale. A tale is trying to tell a moralistic point or a thematic point, even if it has to make up the answer to get there. You know what I mean? So, those are the two kinds of stories that don't actually need any kind of under-the-hood continuity or canon explanations or whatever. Actually, Elder Scrolls does have canon explanations under the hood for most of their lore within the confines of an individual game. Now, there are still exceptions to that, and if I was to rate Elder Scrolls games, I would give them story negatives for the fact that they are very anti-continuity and deliberately go out of the way to not explain things. I can't remember his name, but there's a specific writer at Bethesda who is most responsible for the problems when it comes to Elder Scrolls. And he is the guy who I can point to and just say, you are a bad writer, sir. I can't think of his name right now. Please forgive me. But you probably know who I'm talking about if you've studied Bethesda's writing team at all. Anyways, back to the game. Well, if it isn't Punio. Humph, you heard me, humph. I can't say I expected you to manage to rescue the Elder. I told you I could do it. Don't get a swelled head. This doesn't mean I'll accept you as our leader. And it definitely doesn't mean I completely trust the mustache guy either. For starters, you still haven't rescued the other punies yet. I'm not lifting an antenna to help until you do. You stubborn mule. Deplorable. How dare you talk like that, knowing what we're up against. We must stand together now. We must take back our tree. Don't you understand that? But Elder... Shut your trap, Puniper, and mind me, you hear? You helped Mustachio over here. What'd you say your name was? Marty, wasn't it? It's Mario. Mario, I mean, she's only world famous, come on. Yes, simmer down. And everyone else, help Martio here. Clear out the tree. All right, Elder, whatever you say. I'm not heartless or anything. Tell you the truth, I'm worried about Petuni, too. And you're right, we have no choice. We must fight. Right, everybody? There you go, my punies. That's the spirit. 10 punies joined the party. That's pretty cute. Hey, if you're done rallying everyone, I got a question. We're looking for this crystal star thingamajig. You ever heard of it? The crystal star, huh? Yes, perhaps. Hidden down at the bottom of the tree is a funny-colored stone. But what do you do with it? Oh, right, guard it from evil and give it to a pure heart. That's what generations of elders have been taught. Might be the crystal star. Martio, I'm thinking you better get it before these goons do. I don't quite see how it just yet, but I bet it's connected to getting our tree back. You got that, Martio? Crystal star, bottom part of the tree. Get to it. Oh, and you should also use this item to help with the puzzles of this dungeon. The punies will gather to this orb like mindless zombies because it's a gameplay mechanic. Oh, one more thing. So sorry, so sorry. I've been awfully forgetful as of late. Now, where was I? Oh, right, on your way to the Crystal Star. If you lose any of the punies and you have a hard time finding them, just come see me. What I'll do is I'll give a whistle to call them back here. You got that? Okay. So, yeah, I wasn't even going to bring Harry Potter into this. My goodness. How many people wrote Harry Potter total? Like 8? But Colin Peluso does give actually a pretty good example. The Hildebrand quests in Final Fantasy XIV are very good examples of dream logic quests. They're clearly designed not to make any coherent sense. There's actually a couple of bugs involved in these guys, and I'm going to hope I don't run into any of them. So we'll see how this works out. Yeah, Looney Tunes is a good example, too. A lot of cartoons tend to follow that kind of dream logic mentality. Yeah, but the only reason we don't know is because we don't have the capacity, Gum Gum. An explanation does exist. We just don't know it. No, it's a good example, Colin Peluso. Have you done... The ones in Vanilla and ARR are probably the best example, in my opinion. Like, you've played those, right? So I should switch to Flurry and stop switching off of her for this chapter. So these are the kind of puzzles, whoops, we'll be doing for this chapter. Whoops, I screwed that up. Oh, well, whatever, I needed to do this anyways. I was going to do it on the way back, but whatever. There we go. That would actually be really amusing, Alex, but not the skeleton part. Like, imagine if the punies could do some kind of combat element of things, you know? It's not like they can't fight, they literally fight later. Oh yeah, speaking of which, these are the worst enemies in the entire frickin' game. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but I hate these guys! These are piters. These are very irritating enemies. Oh no, not because they're arachnids. That actually has nothing to do with anything, believe it or not. So they have 3 kinds of attacks. 2 kinds of attacks, excuse me. They also can change their position horizontally, which changes whether or not they can be attacked by certain types of attacks at any given point in time. No, Gulvig, I was completely unaware of the fact that CBS is an evil corporation that I found out about seconds after I uploaded the video. Literally seconds after the video finished uploading, I got a notification saying they had blocked it worldwide and I had to go and contest it. On camera. I was streaming when it happened. Anyways, that's a piter. Ugh, that grossed me out. No. Besides its normal attacks, they might spit 3 web wads at you consecutively. You'd better have good timing if you want to guard against its attacks. It also says punies can't stand piters, so I'm not the only one. Just the sight of these things make punies flee in terror. Sorry, I'm a little ornery, Gulvig. Unlike Ziggs. Ziggs is awesome. I'm not sure why Ziggs is awesome, but Ziggs is awesome. There we go. No, they're irritating because they're... It's kind of hard to explain, so let me try here. Hang on. this. Make sure I have everyone. Anyways, thank you very much, Ziggs. Much appreciate the sub. As ever and as always, appreciate. If you happen to know what you want to put that towards for future interests, just let me know. It is always nice to see my lurkers. I know. If you want to lurk, that's okay. We are quite understanding and tolerant of lurkers here. Anyways, so there's 3 reasons the Piters are irritating. First, because of the nature of how they kind of move up and down. Basically, it's harder to hit the jump timing on them than it should be, because the jump animation kind of gets elongated up, and so you have to hit it at a different point than it is for the normal jump, if that makes any sense. So it's irritating to get the double jump on them, which makes the fight take longer. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is they have this triple attack, which does no damage if you can block it, but has different timing than the regular attack. So that's irritating. The third reason I hate them isn't actually a direct combat example. And I don't think I can actually demonstrate here. So the third reason I hate them is because anytime you see them on the overworld, the punies will run in terror of them. Which can not only lead to you losing punies temporarily, it can actually lead to you losing punies permanently, because they'll fall over the edge or whatever. This is why I say they're irritating rather than actually being difficult. So there's the triple hit I just mentioned. Apparently, Baron. You got it, Ziggs. Give me a second to get this attack in. Okay, let's write that down. Ziggs 14 is awesome. Halo 1. Thank you again, sir. And or madam. Okay, this is an irritating bundle to fight, so we're just going to do this. Actually, yes, Golvig. I made a big news point about it because it was one of the best things Nintendo Corporate had done in a long time. So, apparently you haven't heard this story, Golvig. So, I was asleep, right? Middle of the night. This is several months ago, obviously. And I get email notifications of basically everything that happens on my YouTube channel. Ooh, perfect. So I wake up in the middle of the night as I get an email saying, the copyright claim on such and such video has been released. And then I got like, I don't remember, like 40 more of those in a row. Just bam, 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 bam. So my phone was just going, bzz, 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 bzz. I don't even remember how long, for like 10 minutes. Just bzz, bzz, bzz. And it woke me up. And I'm like, what in the world? Oh, God. Because I just see in the email title, copyright. And I'm like, oh, great. Now what? No, that was Nintendo releasing all their claims on my videos. So that was awesome. Hey, it's a Jabby. That's the other race that's in here he mentioned earlier. Mario, did you see it? That was a Jabby. Based on what Puniper said, they're helping the intruders and trying to seize the tree. Excuse me. Our tribes have been enemies for a long time now. Every time we meet, we fight. A lot. But I used to get along with Jabble. He's of the Jabby tribe. I wonder if even Jabble's my enemy now. I always feel like this was supposed to be a plot thread that was never developed, because that's basically the end of that. Now we just go and we kill Jabbies, because screw them. Death to Jabbies. Yeah, this is a straight-up blood feud, and the end. Oh yes, Revan. That has happened to me more than once. More than twice, if you follow. So there is a little bit of RNG involved in this, but you can affect it a little bit. There we go. Now to destroy the High Fortress. No, I'm with you, Golvag. I mean, I will give Nintendo this. They're one of the only corporations that backed off on that. How many other corporations are still copyrighting videos? Like CBS. Hey, Fuzzy Duck. It's funny you ask that. I've been debating that this whole time. So, by memory, this is my least favorite chapter by far. Even more than Chapter 4. But I've been kind of going back through it, and so far it's not as bad as I remember. So we'll see. We haven't started the real backtracking yet. Not counting the earlier section, obviously. Oh, hey, check it out. What was it again? Sun, Moon, Puny Star, I believe? You remember that, right? Because it was in Professor Frankley's room. Meanwhile... And they'll never come back, and that's what's going to happen to us, and... Oh, hey, by the way, what's that thing you've been holding on to so tightly? It's a mushroom. Oh. Not to be, you know, rude, but it looks all dry and wrinkly and gross. Yeah, I know. I picked it so I could give it to my brother to eat. But then I got captured and stuck here, and after a few days it dried out. Oh, really? Great story. Anyway, don't worry so much. All my complaining aside, I'm sure Piano will return. Well, let me ask you this, Gum Gum, not to completely disagree with you. This morning I had oats for breakfast. Why did I have oats for breakfast? Now, I know the answer to that question. You do not. In fact, nobody in chat knows why I had oats for breakfast. Thus, there is an answer as to why that happened. But you, the separate observer, do not necessarily have that answer, or need to know that answer. But there is an answer, is my point. There is the question of why did I have oats does have a definitive answer. So, you know, fairly basic example, but I hope you get the idea. I will admit that some questions don't have proper answers. Actually, they do sell them around here, Colin Peluso. What do they call them? There's actually a term for it, like ground oats or something like that. Or rolled oats. I think it's rolled oats. I think that's the term. I have never made granola, no. Oh, damn it! I missed one. Oh, that sucks. Well, hopefully we can get it this time. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. That could have been irritating. Hey, guys. It's also worth noting the unreliable narrator has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Like, the unreliable narrator is when the writer is deliberately writing a falsehood in the voice of a character. But they know it's a falsehood because the author knows the truth of what happened, and therefore the author is aware of the actual story. Thus, once again, the author does know why something happened. Petunia, I'm back! We brought the key! Gonna save my sister! Big brother! Petuni! They're so cute! Can someone please do me a favor and look for, like, is there a plushie of these cute, adorable guys? Just do me a favor, please. Look that up. Are you alright? You're not hurt, are you? Nope, I'm fine. Thank heavens. Hey, big brother, I have something for you. I have no idea, Ziggs. Twitch is weird. No, Gul. Well, then they're a bad author, Gulvine. I'm sorry to give this to you soon. I meant to give this to you sooner, but mushrooms are your favorite, aren't they, Big Brother? But well, this one kind of got dried out. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, nasty. Big Brother, it was icky, wasn't it? I'm sorry. No, not at all. Delicious, very, very, yummy. Big Brother, you okay?
Give me a hug, Petunia. Oh, God.
Hey, quit it, Punio. Come on, don't get all mushy. Everyone's staring. Well, it was just a really sweet gesture, that's all. Ah, see, that's a deviant art, though. I need something I can purchase, Alex. Thank you for looking, though. Ah, it was nothing. So now we have a party of 101 punies. I really wish these were gameplay. You can, like, make a chain. Here, check this out. Let's kind of make a snake thing going on here. Whee! Whee! Okay, I'm having too much fun with this. I'll stop. Sorry.
Come with me, my puny minions.
And for once, it's not an insult. It's just a statement of fact. Well, I mean, that's valid, Gum Gum, but whoever wrote those plays existed, and we know why. Or rather, there is a why, I should say. Just because we don't know it does not mean there is not a why. Those are pretty cute, and they're only 15 bucks. What do you think, guys? Should I get a puny sometime? Probably not today. They're so cute. There's a Dupless! Oh my god, there's a Dupless. I might get the Dupless instead. Oh, he's $60 though. But he's so cute! Look at the Dupless! Anyways, right. Moving on. Game. Streaming. Professional. Yes, I'm a professional gamer streamer. I don't find anything cute. Manly man. Now this is gonna suck. See, I feel like we're having just a base communication failure here, Gum Gum. My point is that an answer exists. We just don't know it. That's literally my entire point. Oh no, it is quite impressive, Fuzzy Duck, yeah. Wait, there's a Vivian? Okay, link me the Vivian. Okay, one more. Damn it. I hate doing this. This part right here sucks. Getting these 101 punies across this frickin' chasm. Ugh. Okay, let's try back here. See if this will help. There we go. Okay, we're across. That's the hard part right there. Although there is a part coming up which can be even worse depending on RNG. Lore was never a real person. Here's the real one. Was Anime Man real? I should probably go ahead and get that really quick. I hate to do it now, because it can screw up, but whatever. I should get it now, so I don't forget. But is a hologram a real person, Bio? Ho, 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 ho. Let me try another way of explaining my point, Gum Gum, since I'm apparently failing to get out to you. So, in real life, we don't know if truth exists, right? As in, The very concept of the fact that there might be true or truth is not something that's a verified fact in real life. However, in fiction, we have to decide if something like truth exists, because as the GM, you would have to actually know the total truth of whether or not a thing exists. And ergo would actually have the ability to answer such questions properly. And I just lost several over the edge. God dang it, I hate piters! Platy is secretly the real me. Vivian's $135? Jesus. Although that was pretty lucrative. The name Archean Gaia is actually a portmanteau of many different Greek words combined together, designed to mean a new phrase. It's not a literal phrase, it's something I made up, obviously, I guess. Now, I don't completely disagree, Shihali. However, getting back to my point, there does need to be a Y. And in fact, you just gave me a Y. I thought of cereal first. There is the answer to your question. Whereas several people, thank you, Alex. It's not as cute as I was hoping for. And that's also far more expensive than I'm willing to spend on a plushie. It is still very cute, though. Oh my god, they have a Bombette. They have a Bombette, guys. Oh my god, she's so cute! Oh my god, look at her, she's so cute! It was. What was I doing? Right, I was getting rid of these guys. I suppose I should add this, Shihali. Let me rewind the question a bit. I know this is now getting into kind of a vague territory, but let's assume that the breakfast cereal thing comes up, right? Why does it come up? Or let me put this in a slightly different direction. If you're going to mention something in your story, there needs to be a reason you're mentioning it, in my opinion. Is that everything? That's everything. Okay, so let's go grab our punies. Come on. Come on. Come on. God, I hate this part right here. Let's save just in case. In other words, if you're going to put it in the story, there needs to be some reason for it being in the story. Now, the breakfast thing probably doesn't have some big in-depth explanation unless you're trying to be clever. But, for example, if you decide to say, oh, I don't know, for example, that someone is using the power of the dragons as the way that they power themselves, then then in my opinion, as a writer, you need to sit down and think, okay, how does that work? You know, how does the power of the dragons relate to them being able to pull it? How are they pulling it? Why are they pulling it? Why does the dragon power exist in the first place? You know, all the stuff under the hood that makes that sentence work. That kind of a thing. Let's switch over here. So this one has a bit of RNG. And also, this is about 200 things on the screen at once. Like, again, to go back to the whole, yeah, the emulator really doesn't like this. To go back to the whole dragon power thing, assuming if you make a story in which the only reason that the main character can draw up, the only reason the main character is able to stand up against the big evil guy is because they're drawing on the power of the dragon, and that is thus a crucial character and plot element, then that needs a frickin' explanation. If the answer is, or I thought it'd be cool, then in my opinion, you have failed as a writer. Now, that is my opinion. And I am incredibly wrong, as we've discussed many times before. But if someone came to me and was designing a story in which a critical character part or story plot of any kind, whether it's plot, theme, character, world building, and that they hadn't thought through why something was happening, then that author is getting a negative mark on their final, if you know what I mean. I don't know if this will work on piranha plants. Nope, didn't think so. Yeah, but why, Baron? Like, why does that give them power? I guess I'll just do this. Whatever. I guess I should have appealed. And yeah, consistency is kind of a big deal, too. So let's go back to our dragon example. What if this dude is like, I have the power of the dragons because dragon power actually directly connects to, you know, the ley lines of this world. The dragons themselves are actually a form of elementals. Therefore, they are directly connected to magical energy. So I am actually a dragon myself. I'm just shape changed to look like a human. And that's how I can access their power, because I am a dragon. Okay? Now let's say a few episodes later, someone's like, my God, how could this happen? And he explains, yes, you see, in truth, it is the fact that I actually am... I killed a dragon when I was young, and I drank of his blood. And as I was drinking this blood, it poured into my veins, and I was made half-dragon by this horrible diablerie. And they're like, oh, wow, okay, that's horrible. And then like, a few months later, the author is at a convention. And someone asks the author, hey, so why can he use the power of the dragons? And the author says, oh, well, he can use the power of the dragons because he works out every day and he eats his vitamins. That, no. And I sound like I'm being a little facetious, but I've actually seen authors do both of those points. Like, I have seen authors mess up on both points I just referenced. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna do this. J.K. Rowling. I mean, I wasn't gonna name any names. Okay, this sucks. Oh, jeez, I cannot get the timing here. Okay, that really sucked. That really, really sucked. Good lord. Listen, vitamins are awesome. I'm a Wario. I'm gonna win. There you go, Disco. Anyways, I'm sorry, Baron, I missed it. Oh, hey, look, it's totally one of those pedestals we keep putting the orbs into. And totally not an incredibly fake-looking one. What do you think, guys? Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. This is definitely not a trap. Lore shock. What? What just happened?
Man, you guys are dense. Put into the trap, huh? And boy, did you bite on it. I saw you sticking your silly little stone on the pedestals, so I made a fake one. Awesome. I mean, I knew it was great, but seeing you fall for it gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Talk about complete idiots. You guys are so dumb it hurts. Anyway, with you fools out of the picture, I can take my time hunting the crystal star.
Yeah, but how, Baron? Like, how do they transfer the power over? And where does the dragon power come from? Mario, what do we do? We have to find a way out of here. What can we do? Well, comedy bypasses most authorial rules, admittedly. This isn't good, Mario. We gotta do something. Think of something. I'm counting on you. Okay, I got your back. Like, most people don't expect Spaceballs to be narratively coherent, right? And I was wrong. So it's actually Sun, Moon, Puny Star. Someone help me remember that. Sun, Moon, Puny Star. Seriously. Because I'm going to screw that up because I already did. God, it's so hot in here right now. I have the AC going full tilt and I'm still burning. Granted, I'm wearing a full suit. What do you think, guys? Is summertime acceptable to finally take off the coat? I actually think the Force should have an answer. I just think the midichlorians' answer was stupid. Like I mentioned earlier, when I was mentioning all of the possible explanations that an author can do wrong, one of the explanations I mentioned was a stupid explanation, which is something an author can do wrong. It's probably not as hot as it is where you are, Golvog. As I've said before, I have less tolerance for heat than most people. Like, for me, the 70s is getting to the point where I start having a little bit of trouble. 80s, I usually can't deal with 80s, and 90s is when I stop functioning completely. Nah, I don't need any of those. How did I survive LA? So we didn't have AC back in the day. We had fans. Giant fans. I actually have 2 fans right now, although obviously I can't have them on when I'm on stream, because then all you'd hear is the fan, right? No, I'll go to Spain in the winter, thank you very much. Yeah. So, let's see. I'm actually not sure. So I prefaced that because I know it's a lot hotter in other places in the country right now. But right now it is apparently 88 here right now with 52% humidity. Which is not pleasant for me. Actually, yeah, I probably should. I'm gonna go ahead and heal really quick. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. It's only 8 coins. I can spare that. Probably Morden, if I had to pick one, Gum Gum. Actually, I have heard those fans, and they still make too much noise. In fact, to be completely blunt, I think my computer makes too much noise. Although I do have a solution in the works for that, but I need some help from a friend of mine, which I unfortunately haven't been able to get a hold of. Here we go. Okay. Sun. Eh, it was Moon. Moon. Puny. Star. Congrats, Disco. No, I'm not that fragile, Gum Gum. If I was that fragile, I couldn't lift weights, and that would be horrible. Because then I'd be even fatter than I am. I wonder what's in here. You got the amazing thing! So yes, Toadette is in this game. I'm not sure... When was... Hang on. Just one second. Because I think she was invented in the Mario Karts. And I'm right. She was actually first added to the franchise in the Mario Karts. That's what I thought. To my knowledge, she hasn't appeared in any mainline game other than this one. And apparently she was in Paper Jam as well. Oh, of course she was in Paper Jam. She was the constructor in Paper Jam. Anyways, Toadette's awesome. She was voiced by the wonderful Deutsch, who unfortunately has since left our show and will probably never come back. But, yeah. Congratulations on getting Super Boots. These cool kicks power up jump attacks. And you'll be able to use a new technique, so let's practice it. Spin jump. That was perfect. I got it. So now you can go through these kind of blocks. Or, I guess that's not a block, is it? Now, one other slight variance between this game and the first game is, in the first game, whenever you got an upgrade to your hammer or your boots, it just changed the nature of the attack. Like, just your normal jump would be like that. Actually, Deutsch voiced Vivian as well, funnily enough. But here, in this game, actually, I guess I can't show you. I'll show you in combat, but each time you get an upgrade, it actually gives you an access to a new special move. You know, one of the kinds that costs mana. And each of those special moves... Don't screw up, Lore. Don't screw up, Lore. There we go. Each of those special moves, you know, is different and awesome and powerful and amazing. Oh, I do want that, but... I'll go ahead and try to get that. I'm not going to use the charge badge, but I could use it for money. I always need money in this game. As in real life. But yes, I voiced Koops and Goombella. Bragwin voiced Flurry. There we go. Rax voiced Mini Yoshi. Deutsch voiced Vivian. I voiced Bobbery. I voiced Mario. We didn't get Miss Meows. And I think that's everyone. I think Bobbery's the last real party member you get. Unfortunately, I really wish we'd gotten someone else to voice Peach, because I really liked what we did for the Shadow Queen fight. For the Shadow Queen fight, we did the classic thing where we layered it. You know, one voice on top of another voice. And then I could have been the deep voice, and whoever plays Peach could have been the Peach voice, and it would have been awesome. But, you know, whatever. Hey, guys. You're free! So, this can be a little irritating, too. I need to get all of them out of their cage. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to have them come over here, and come up here, kind of in this direction. There you go. And then I'm going to blow them into the hole. Come on, up here, there you go. And there's quite a bit of RNG involved in this, so this could take a while sometimes. Alright, let's see how many we got. Listen, Gum Gum, if you expect anything in Skyrim to make sense, you and I gotta have a long talk. Hang on. Let me just... Oh, God. I have... Ah! I mentioned this part pisses me off a bit. I feel like I might have mentioned that. Oh, we're still only up to 93. Alright, hang on. Sometimes this helps. It's not helping. That guy looks straight up bugged. You seeing that? See, this is why I don't like to do the pedestal thing, because it tends to bug like it just did. Look at that. That one guy. Okay. Hang on. Oh, I think I got him. There! Okay, we got him all. So about that negative I was debating for this chapter. Gordon Ramsay. All I know is that he was pretty cool with it on his kids' cooking show. Now, thankfully, this will be a lot easier. Because I'll just do this. Or they could... Really? I mean, I could see how this is kind of a neat concept. It's even a decent idea, but you can see how the execution is just aggravating with the puny mechanics. Oh, by the way, if you're not aware, the puny mechanics are completely mandatory. If you lose one puny, you have to go and get that puny back. You need all 101 to do this. I don't know why I keep trying to blink Flurry. That doesn't surprise me, Gum Gum. Could someone do me a favor and look up when fidget spinners were invented? I'm just curious. Oh, I'm sorry, Korgoth. God, I keep just being an idiot and answering you in my head and not out loud. So, newbie tips for Witcher 3. The only big tip I can give you is to do everything. To try and do as many quests as you possibly can. For there are many of them. As far as actually playing the game, the bestiary will help you to learn what your enemies are weak to, and using proper oils and potions is very essential to just about any difficulty in that game. But I am not really qualified to talk about the gameplay of that game, because I've only played up to a certain point, and I didn't like it all that much, so... Ooh. Now, as for the real-life meetup thing, considering how insanely expensive it would be to do a Loricon, the general thought process is if I ever get to the point where I can actually do a Loricon, I'm absolutely doing it. Because that would be awesome, I think. You can see what I mean about the height thing there. Okay, so apparently fidget spinners did exist before this game came out. The next person to call them a fidget spinner will be stabbed in the face. This is your warning. Why? You notice how I just lost some of them randomly there, just to straight whateverness. Come on, you dumb things. Alright, I gotta do this. Actually forgot about this step. Hang on. Everyone up here. Come on. You know what, whatever. Die in a fire. You stupid punies! Ah! You know what's funny is I really was thinking that I was too harsh in this chapter. Right up until I had to deal with the punies. I mean, it's his gimmick, Gum Gum, so whatever, really. Nah. Hope you guys can swim. This freaking chapter. Now, I'm actually curious if they're here. Okay, they're here. Thank God. It's going to be rather upset there. This way. So in case you thought I was joking, this gate right here, which is basically the end of the level, requires 101 punies to progress. If you miss one, you have failed. So I honestly think that probably deserves a negative. The fidgetiness of the punies and how buggy and awful they are. Yeah. Well, this is after Paper Mario 1, Disco Inferno. That's the wrong document. Where's my listing? Here we go. Gameplay negatives. My preferred Zelda timeline. Well, I thought of one a while ago, and then Nintendo decided that that wasn't the timeline, so I suppose that's the answer to your question. Except you're probably asking me which of the three do I prefer the most. I don't think I have a preference. So... let me see. Things got to be around here somewheres. Why do I care what Nintendo says? Well, it depends on what it affects. You know, if a writer says such and such and then makes that matter in the future, then that would matter. It also irritates the crap out of me when they flat out say that Breath of the Wild doesn't really exist on the timeline. Anyways. What's that? Sounds like a mob. Better clear out. I mean, honestly, the story or lack thereof of Breath of the Wild is one of my issues with it anyways, so whatever, right? Group them all together, there we go. Wow, Mario, check it out, the Crystal Star, score! Hang on one second. Oh no, the bad guy stole it! I see you, jerk. Mario, it's that weasel! Man, am I lucky or what? Or am I just good? Oh, you say you need a crystal star, Lord Crump? Boom! Falls right into my lap. SDCC. Still, this is humiliating. You shouldn't have been able to escape that cell. So for insulting my awesome tramp, I'm going to repay you with a little present. You know what it is? It's a bomb. A remote time bomb detonator! Oh, ho, 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 ho. I'm gonna use this to bury you and those squirmy punies in rubble. Sound fun? Enjoy your final minutes inside this dank old tree. So how many of you have seen a speedrun of this game? Before I answer Permeus's question. I obviously have, since I'm referencing it right now. They use a trick which makes that timer never go away. Well, I shouldn't say never. It doesn't go away for like 30 minutes or something insane. So for the next 30 minutes of game time, the audio of the game goes... I want you to just picture that, if you can. Actually, 30 minutes might be lowballing it, but you get the idea. Anyways, I basically talked about nothing but Comic-Con during Lore Week, because there was no real news to discuss otherwise. Whoops. I love this meaningless and pointless backtracking. Like, I've got a timer, but there's no difficulty in doing this. And I lost some of my punies because of bugs. Come here. Oh, thank God someone noticed, Korgoth. I was starting to wonder. I raise my eyebrow at you, Gum Gum. But no, okay, I will admit something. And I know I'm not the only one who thinks this, because I know several people who also think this way. For me, while a game can work without story, a game without story is never going to mean as much to me. Like, ever. As a game with story. And for one big word. Context. Like, without the context for why I'm doing something, I find myself thinking at some point or another, why am I doing this? Well, because the bad guy's over there. But why is he over there? This kind of goes back to my continuity thing in a weird way. I bring this up because several of the Zelda games have kind of an absence of story. Like Zelda 1, for example. So it's like, okay. And lately, Aonuma and the team have tried to push in the, you make up your own story thing. And I'm like... But if I wanted to do that, I would just do that. I want to play a Zelda game with a Zelda story. You know? I'm sorry, I enjoy the story of Zelda. I enjoy Ocarina of Time. I enjoy Wind Waker, and I enjoy Twilight Princess. And several others that I can name. But those are the big three. The three that are really connected to each other. And the idea of just being divorced from that. Like, imagine if Ocarina had no story. I'm sure it would still be very popular. I'm sure some people would still trumpet it. But for me, I would just be like, well, okay. I guess it's kind of neat. I probably wouldn't have replayed it that much, that's for certain. Anyways. Now, obviously, there are exceptions, Disco. Like you say, Tetris is a decent example. But at the same time, to continue your point, I don't dig Tetris. I'm not really into Tetris. And I don't replay Tetris over and over. I played Tetris, and then I was like, well, that was neat. And then I moved on. You know what I mean? So a game without story has to either have very good gameplay for me to dig it, or it has to have a story. And it's also worth noting, of course, that it has to have a good story. It can't just have a story. You know? If it just has a story, or worse, a bad story, well, that's even worse then, isn't it? Then it's just Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You won't be going any farther this way. What? Are you nuts? Move it, you old geezer. What? Did you just call me old geezer? Where do you get off talking like that? You got no respect, brat. You think my age has a thing to do with my might? Even if it kills me, I won't let you through. I'm ready. Elder power activate! Whoa, what's your problem, Grandma? You got an ear hair tickling your brain or what? I'm with you, Fuzzy Duck. I really am. Can't take another step. And that was her hip. Or her back, sorry. You hot-headed old coot, you dare defy me? I could shine my boots with you. Ahem, you'll do no such thing. Honestly, did you really think we'd let a wretch like you escape? I do believe you'll be handling that crystal star and promptly exiting this tree.
You guys are nuts, you know that?
Oh well, guess I better shut off the timer, thank God. That's so much better.
Okay, you pests. One pummeling coming up. With extra fists. Metal fists, that is.
Devil May Cry 3 is a good example, though, of a game that had story and made me care a lot more as a consequence. It helped that it was a good game. Like, I can endure a bad game for a good story, but I'd rather have a good game and a good story. I know. How weird. So this is Magnus von Grapple. Because of course it is.
Are you crying yet? Sorry, but this thing isn't armed with tissues. Well, Magnus von Grapple has that effect on people. Total weeping terror. And you ain't seen nothing yet. Check out the power of this bad boy.
Mercy me, that metal colossus is incredible. And yet, there's something rather odd about it. Let's just keep our eyes peeled. Don't be careless. Okay. No, Disco, I have not. Although I believe Pathologic 2 is on the premiere run list. Yeah, exactly. Anthem is the opposite of what I like. A bad game with a bad story. That's Magnus von Grapple. It's a giant robot built by the X-Nauts, or Cross-Nauts if you prefer. Lord Crump drives it. Its most effective attack is one that takes advantage of its size, a smothering stomp. It can also shoot its fists, which do those super gnarly rocket punches. Its fists fists are super powerful. The thing about this robot is I can't tell if it looks cool or really, really stupid. What do you guys think? Cool or really stupid? You be the judge. Well, I know several people prefer that Gorgoth. And that's fine, you know, no judgment. It's just, for me, if I wanted that, I'd go play Minecraft, you know? Which is actually funny. So, okay. We were talking about Tetris earlier, right? Well, someone mentioned... I'm surprised nobody mentioned Minecraft. Funnily enough, I did play Minecraft for a bit, and then I put it down, because I was done with it. You know, I was like, alright, well... That's the extent of that game for me. Really. Because I stopped having interest in it. It's like, alright, well, that was okay. Oh yeah, by the way, you'll notice we have half Punies and half X-Nauts in the crowd. Just pointing that out. To further make my point, though, in addition to... so, I mentioned Minecraft. Well, then there's also Dragon Quest Builders, which is a Minecraft-styled game that has story. And I am far more interested in, consequently. Like, that game just sunk its hooks into me. I can't wait to play Dragon Quest Builders 2. But I'm never going to play Minecraft again. Ooh, this could be good. A great story and garbage gameplay. I suppose that's... anything that's coming to mind is something I probably shouldn't mention. Like Final Fantasy Tactics, for example. Which is a game I consider to have an excellent story and terrible gameplay. God dang it. That is really hard to time, that one for me. Let's finish off with a bang, shall we? Or completely fail at the very first step. I guess we will not be finishing off with a bang. Ah, whatever. Die. More satisfying explosions in this game, too, than the first game. So bad it's good games? You mean like Devil May Cry 1? Lord Crump summons us. Run away! Run! Run! I mean, Crump is pretty pathetic, that's true. We did it, Mario. And of course, we get the time-based power in the tree, which had a time-ticking clock, bomb, as well as being, you know, the thing that made the tree so powerful and venerated and ancient. So after pummeling Lord Crump, Mario obtained the second crystal star. With the X-Nauts gone, peace once again prevailed throughout the great tree. The Bogley Woods echoed with puny songs of joy. But this may not be the last our hero hears of the vile X-Nauts. They will surely continue to stand in Mario's way and try to put a stop to his efforts. So, I've never heard of the trope that a villain has an eye patch. Also, so bad it's good games. That just occurred to me. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
What? Say that again. You can't get in touch with Lord Crump?
You're correct, sir. We're investigating now. We should hear any time. Sir Grotus, please allow me to enter.
Yes, what is it?
I have a report, sir. The crystal star in the Bogley Woods has apparently been taken by Mario.
What? You must be joking. What about Lord Crump and the Shadow Sirens?
Sorry, sir. Unfortunately, Mario laid a beating on all of them.
Oh, disturbing. This Mario character. What kind of... Speak up, X-Naut. What is the status of the other crystal stars?
I apologize, sir. We are still searching for the other crystal stars. Unsuccessfully, sir.
We knew of 3 of them. Hooktail Castle, Bogley Woods, the one we got in Rogueport. That means there are 4 stars left out there. And we will have them. Keep looking, so that Mario won't beat us to the punch.
Yes, sir. So this is the chapter when I started having other people do the voices, also known as when the Paper Mario Theater actually got good.
As I suspected, there's no reason to doubt Mario has the map. He must. Listen up, you! I want to keep a close watch on what Mario does from now on.
Absolutely, sir.
Mario, I loathe you.
I suppose that's a valid point, Korgoth. I just don't agree, as weird as that may sound. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like saying you put down a book and then walked away for 6 months and then came back and you have no idea what's going on in the book. I mean, that's valid, but I don't see how that's really a bad thing in the strictest sense of the word. Because you put the book down for 6 months. You know what I mean? Now, imprisoning the imagination? I guess... I don't know. I can't find myself to think that. The idea of a story imprisoning imagination. I mean, once again, I suppose that is technically a true statement. Because this is one of the reasons why I always talk about the 2 types of MMOs. Because this also applies to other types of games. You have developer-generated content, and you have player-generated content. And developer-generated content is games with a story. Whereas player-generated content is games that do not have a story, where it's all on you. And I do think that both types of games should exist. You know, we should have Minecrafts just as much as we should have Dragon Quest Builders. right? I do, however, think that if you're making, you know, oh, I don't know, a Paper Mario game or a Zelda game, two franchises known for having developer-generated content, that they should have a strong story emphasis. Because it's part of the franchise. It's part of what you're buying into, right? Hello, John Kurosaki-sama. Sorry, I'm probably completely butchering your name. But I doubt I'm awesome, but thank you for the kind thoughts. Oh, Mario, did you even read the mail I sent you? I wonder so many things. I wonder how everyone is doing at the castle. Will I ever dance at the Mushroom Ball again? What'll become of me? I better go destroy the world. Oh, well, I guess I can't go that way. I guess I could go this way. Oh, nope. Being summoned by tech. I don't know, Alex. I do love Chapter 3. It's actually one of the longest chapters in the game, too. Although, some of that's due to padding. I am absolutely not breathtaking. You guys are, though. Hello, Princess Peach. I am glad you came. That mail I sent to Mario, did it reach him all right? Yes, I can confirm that Mario reached the mail. Received the mail. Well, good. So what do you want from me today? Is there more you want to know of love? You expressed regret earlier that you would not be able to dance at a ball, correct? Excuse me? Were you eavesdropping? I am sorry, Princess Peach. I have been ordered to keep surveillance on you. But it is odd when you said that I had an impulse to dance with you as well. How my CPU would produce this impulse is inexplicable. I must find what caused it. Find out what caused it? There's no reason behind such a feeling. There's no reason to have a why behind the lore. You should just say just for frickin' cuz, and all those fanboys can go screw themselves. Then again, you are a computer. Princess Peach, please dance with me. Wait just a minute. What am I supposed to do? You see you want to dance? It's just so bizarre. Although, I have fallen for your charms, Tekker. I mean, how in the world can I dance with you? You have no arms or feet or moves. Would this be an acceptable dance substitute? Oh my goodness, is that me? Did you create that? Alright, I guess. I don't think I did. How did you pronounce it, Fuzzy Duck? I must say, though, it's going to feel weird dancing with myself. It's okay, you'll do it in Jam as well. This is surprisingly easy to screw up, by the way. So I'm trying very hard not to, because I don't want to do this again. I say that. I probably shouldn't say it's surprisingly easy to screw up. Let me just say this more differently. I have screwed this up many times, and I don't want to screw it up again. Because I suck and I'm terrible. There. I hope that's okay with one failure. Okay. Just a moment. This is fun. Is this impulse I feel the concept known as fun? Tech, are you okay? Princess Peach, I will fulfill my promise to you. Please use my communicator. Oh god, the potion section. Oh, yeah, we'll get there. Again, like, what is it? What did we decide? 300 words per minute or something? Ridiculous. I must analyze the data I thought was fun. You're a weird computer. No, you are mistaken. I am the world's best and only perfect computer. Good night, Princess Peach. Meanwhile, another gameplay plus looms on the horizon. We've had Princess Peach sections. It's time for King Bowser sections. I'm pretty sure it's just up ahead here. Right as usual, Lord Bowser. We just got word that Princess Peach was spotted in the town up ahead.
Good, yes, very good. Then I'm off. These fools won't know what's coming.
Okay, I gotta be honest. The first time I saw this, I laughed so hard I actually died because I dropped my controller. There's more of those, by the way. Oh, hey, welcome to Petalburg, and... Oh my god, it's Bowser! Ah! One of the things I like about this game is that Bowser is constantly emphasized as being this horribly powerful Doom guy of incredible power. And yet he almost never actually interacts with Mario, except in the third-to-last boss fight of the game, where he is actually quite hard. He's one of the harder bosses in the game. In fact, I would actually say he's the fourth hardest boss in the entire game.
What a wuss. Yes, hi, chickens. I have no need of any of you. What I do need, though, is a Princess Peach. Now, where is she? Tell me this instant.
Yeah, Bowser takes the adorkability up to 11 in this one.
Aha, there's Princess Peach.
Oh, I know he finds Mario in Chapter 3, although that isn't what I was referencing.
I found you, my princess. I, Bowser, the mighty Koopa King, offer my greeting. Now, none of that silent treatment. You're coming to the castle with me.
Clearly, she's so overcome with joy, she's been left speechless. The mind of a maiden is, well, rather complicated.
I see. How refined, how elegant, awesome. I suppose I could live with a silent princess. Might even have its perks, you know. No. Huh?
My life's treasure. I'd rather die than give up my life-sized Princess Peach poster. Oh my goodness me. Didn't see that coming.
Great. Just great. Now I look like the huge, mighty king of guys who talk to posters.
Thank you, Mario, for everything you've done. We can go back to our peaceful way of life now. You know, son, now that we get right down to it, I'm kind of sad to see you go. I do love pontificating, so come by whenever you want to sit and chat a while. Yes, please come back and visit. We'll watch for you. We'll work together from now on to prevent anything like that from happening again. Thanks for showing us how to stick together, Mario. Good luck with the crystal stars. I'm sure we'll be back again at some point. Take care, guys.
Peace.
And now, more backtracking. Infinite backtracking. No, that's the next one, Gum Gum. Spoilers. It's actually one of the only plot twists in that entire game. Dear Mario, I'm typing this extremely quickly, so please know that I'm fine. I'm more worried about the keyboard that I'm probably destroying with how rapidly I'm typing. It's like whenever the Flash types on a keyboard. The computer can technically keep up, but honestly the physical keyboard just is destroyed each time. That's why he keeps about 15 of them on hand at any given point in time. Princess Peach. Isn't that sweet, Mario? I agree. You know, believe it or not, I haven't actually heard any Materia Keeper. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was just thinking. Nightbot is making sure I keep drinking. An important task. I mean, if this was alcohol, I would be sauced by the end of a stream. Good lord. Okay, guys, so here's the in-depth lore of this section. There's this guy who goes with this other guy. And then sometimes... And I throw up all over my keyboard. I don't want to fight those. Oh, I do too. These guys suck so badly. I mean, there's ways around them, but they still suck to fight. A drunk run. You know, I've never been drunk. I think I've said that before. I've never actually gotten drunk in my life. Like, I have drunk alcohol, but it's never hit me that badly. Although there's some dispute about that. For April Fools, I'll just get a whole bunch of alcohol, have a huge headache, and throw up over everything. No, no, Disco Inferno. I just have a high alcohol tolerance, that's all. I'm big and I'm Eastern European, or at least my family is. That's really all there is to it. I said there's some dispute about it. One of my friends thinks that when I have drunk in the past, that I just get quiet, and that's me being drunk, is just me being quiet. Which I will concede is possible. Yeah, I should probably go ahead and put that on. Oh yeah, you can sort now, which is nice. And by nice, I mean awesome. Let's go ahead and pop this on for right now. Oh no, I'm just fat, Colin Peluso. I don't think I have any form of Asian in me other than, of course, Mongolian. And even that I'm not sure about. I'm just presuming. Let's see. Ow. And that door's been sealed for 1,000 years. Ugh. Cree, Disco. In order to open that seal, we have to muster the power of all the crystal stars. But the question is, why did they seal the legendary creature away to begin with? I mean, treasure. I mean, they were just trying to keep it from being stolen, or what? No, that's not... What? That's not what? I don't know! Sheesh, Professor. I'm sorry, so sorry. I know the treasure was sealed away around the time the town was destroyed. But the problem is no one's even sure what it was that caused the town's demise. I've already done an Evil East Lorerun, so... Yes, is the answer to your question, Colin Paluzzo. All that's written is this. Darkness stole the sky and the cataclysm rained down. I must research this more, assuming we'll just make a... Well, you know the saying. No, I don't, but whatever. How about the next crystal star, then? It's like it's floating in the map. Perhaps it's pointing to the floating town of Glitzville. There's a stunning arena where great warriors engage in furious battles. Ostensibly, families go there on vacation to lounge and enjoy the fights, but behind the scenes, the richest people in the world wager on the bouts. It's like floating? How are we supposed to get there, then? A special blimp flies there. It departs from Rogueport several times a day. The problem is getting a seat. The only way to get a ticket is through certain channels. What channel? Stop being mysterious. How do we get the seat on the ship? I don't know, but I guess we don't have much choice. Word on the street is all tickets go through Don Pianta on the west side. The Don. I have to really stretch to lower my voice as much as I did for the Don. I was actually pretty pleased with how I did his voice, though. Oh yeah, I voiced the Don, by the way. That part of the town is under control of Don Pianta, the Pianta Syndicate head. Apparently Don Pianta makes regular jaunts over to Glitzville. No problem, we'll just go meet this Don Pianta guy and be on our way. May sound easy, but he's a syndicate boss, folks. Rumors about him are scary. And Don Pianta's a recluse. Just getting an audience will be difficult. Hey, the Mini-X. Oh, I'm not going to try to do it again. Like I did this whole thing where I kind of pulled my chest open a little bit and then really stretched my throat out so I could get it as low as possible and be the down. Because I can't do it now. I've lost it. I've completely lost it. But whatever. Yeah. Hey, it's Luigi. Bye, Luigi. And we're never talking to Luigi again. Ever. Ooh, Hammerman. Yes, please. Alright, I'll go talk to Green Luigi.